Hello and good afternoon, my fellow Americans. Hope you're doing good. Hey, I apologize for today. I wasn't able to get enough signal where I was for the second live, so I apologize about that. But we are now in full gear and we're good to go. All right. I beat everybody to the first like. Today we're waiting for the live to come on so that we can see President Donald Trump and Prime Minister of Japan doing the ceremony sign in. Hey, Robert, how are you? Let me make sure that I have the right window so that I can type back to you guys. Okay. How you doing, Robert? Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. There we go. Ronald, welcome to the crazy house. How you doing, brother? Omar, how you doing, Robert? Thanks for joining. Spy 685. Let's go. I don't know what that means, Omar. But we'll take the spy comment. We'll see how this goes. Ronald, welcome to the crazy house. You guys already know, already hitting likes on the video. Omar, appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Spy 685. Let's go. We can get in here. Well, while we wait for the ceremony signing between our POTUS and the Prime Minister of Japan, welcome to the crazy house. You guys already know, already hitting likes on the video. Omar, appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Spy 685. Let's go. We can get in here. Well, while we wait for the ceremony signing between our POTUS and the Prime Minister of Japan, welcome to the crazy house. Double voice, double voice. Okay, thank you, Omar. Omar, appreciate it. Spy 685. Let's go. We can get in here. Double voice. Well, while we wait for the ceremony signing between our POTUS and the Prime Minister of Japan, welcome to the crazy house. Double voice, double voice. Okay, thank you, Omar. Omar, appreciate it. Spy 685. Let's go. We can get in
Echo,
here.
echo.
Well, while we wait for the ceremony signing
what's up?
our POTUS and the Prime Minister.
Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. Sorry about that. It's the window that I have for you guys so that I can reply to your messages. That's what it is. There you go. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Hello, Jay. How are you? It's been raining all day. Absolutely. But over here, actually, no, it hasn't been raining all day over here. It rained for a little bit, and then it was just nice and between cloudy, partly cloudy, I guess. Some parts were like really dark clouds, but I mean, it was nice and sunny for us where I was. Did you guys, yeah, the echo's gone, okay. Did you guys get to see my little short with my little golf swing? You guys see the skills that I possess in there? People don't know about that. You know, every time I tell somebody a story about something that I've done, they think it's BS. They think I'm making it up. But no, I am a man of many talents, as they say. And I am very proud of that. Oh, man, I missed my coffee today. Let me mute that. Ba-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da. Okay. I appreciate you guys' feedback, man. I wouldn't be able to see that. I'm glad you told me, Omar. Appreciate it. And let me see. Bandit says, Paul Rodriguez, what's good, bro? Paul Rodriguez. I remember who that is. I looked him up. ¿Qué pasa, güey? I'm waiting for Adam. Every time Adam comes on, that's what he puts down, and that's exactly what I hear. Let's see, Jay, you swing better than Trump. I think Trump got a little pause on his golf swing. Now I'm going to tell you something. What the one thing that can stop me from actually playing golf is just that arthritis on the tailbone. It It is painful, my friend. It is painful. It's almost paralyzing. But you know what? I see Donald Trump, man. He's an old man. He's out there golfing with his granddaughter. You know what I'm saying? I said, I got to get out. I got to go do this. And I went over there. Now I don't have golf clubs anymore. I just let them get ruined, whatever. I just didn't take care of them. But I think I might buy some new golf clubs. If anybody out there got some golf clubs they want to get rid of, let me know. I will definitely make good use of them. But I got to warn you, I need strong golf clubs because I don't know why I swing too hard. Now, I try to slow down my swing today when you saw me in the video, I was trying to slow my swing. But I noticed that I wasn't really getting, hey, what's going on, man? Hello, Trinity. Man, I made you guys suffer today, huh? I started off a late live, seeing if all the haters went to sleep already. Oh man, I was actually gonna. Oh, tailor made, man. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I miss it, guys. I miss golfing, man. I am. I'm very glad that I actually went out there. It's funny, after I did the live this morning, and we watched President Trump golfing with his granddaughter. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hit some golf balls. And as you saw in the video, that was my first two swings. And I wish that I can give you a high number of good swings, but I think I was about maybe 60-70% very good. Not bad for, not touching the golf clubs for almost 10 years. I feel it on my back right now. I feel it on my back. I am going to try to do some more little things in here to show you guys when I'm live. Paul Sal's in the house. Welcome back, Paul. Does the whole country really want the country to become California? Man. So I tell you what, guys. When I went to the gym today, I was sitting in the hot tub with a bunch of old guys and an old lady with her granddaughter. I think it might be her daughter. And they were talking, and I'm just sitting there listening and eavesdropping. I said, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but how do you like the government here in Washington State? And oh, let me tell you. And they started going off. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Here we go. This is my crowd right here. You know what I'm saying? This is Washingtonian. These people can vote. And I was like, okay, you know what? Let me start campaigning right now. And we started talking about what I've been sharing with you guys, right? About the taxes. And they tell me that the government had a bunch of programs that they're closing them down. They're shutting them down because they run out of money. And they just keep taxing the people. They keep taxing the people, and the money just goes away. They hear billions of dollars, and they think, oh, my God, I got a lot to do here. But then you start thinking about 10 million here, 100 million here, 500 million here, and before you know it, you don't got nothing. Just because you hear $20 billion, oh, my God, it's nothing. Washington State is a huge state. There's some big cities in Washington State. I can mention a few of them. Let me see. We can go with, of course, Seattle, the downtown Seattle, because we got Olympia. That's where the capital is. And then we have Bellevue. That's a very expensive area. Redmond, Kirkland. Some other parts are a little bit ghetto, but nonetheless, There's a lot of things to do here in Washington, lots of parks. And these people in the government, salud, my friend. Berniel, man. I thought Berniel abandoned me. Busy man, busy man. Cool Cat Rene, don't think I didn't see you. I see you on there. I put a little pause on this chat so I can follow up. Right now we're just talking. So anyway, so I'm saying, hey, Ronald, I see you. Hi, Patty. We were talking about taxes here in Washington State. Now, these are older people. And I like to listen to them because they have got a lot of life experience. You know, most of them were on Social Security. And they worry about it because obviously they're not going to get the Social Security if the government stays shut down. And one thing that we agree, at least 7 people in the hot tub, we agree that the next time that we go vote, we'll make sure that we make a loud noise and make sure more Washingtonians get to the booth and vote. So I told them, listen, so what do you think about this? Listen, I'm not an economist. You know, I don't have master's degrees on this and that. I said, but, you know, people talk about rent freeze. And I said, okay, rent freeze is a good idea. But you cannot do rent freeze and keep raising property taxes, business taxes. You know what I mean? Like you can't say that you're going to do this and that's it. Like right now, what Mandani is doing in New York. See, he's never had a job in his life. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. Let me rewind in New York and let me tell you what's going on right now. And man, if you are a Muslim, I think I might have to change a heart on trying to stay neutral on this, because I am discovering way too many things that is not good. Number one, let me tell you just right off the bat, the Bible says that Muslims are a false religion, and I believe that. And I think I'm going to have to say it that way. Yeah, Islam in New York. There has been a lot of videos that I've been coming across. I wish I would have sent it to myself so I can show you guys. But there is a lot of elder Muslim leaders that are telling the people that they are a powerful religion. Well, if they were really powerful, they wouldn't need to come over here and invade the United States of America. Now they say we have placed ourselves throughout the whole United States of America. And this is what they say. Get into the schools, become teachers, get in Congress, become Congress people, get into government, get into city councils, get into everything that you have to run your city and state. Get into those, because Allah will rule over the United States of America. Now, you have to pick a side. You can say whatever you want to say about religion, but let me tell you something. Government came about because of God, because of religion. Muslims. Now, this is where Christianity comes from. Because of Christianity, we have governments here on the west side, as they call it, to where Muslims were created by government. So you see, governments that use religion to oppress people, it is the wrong thing to do. You see how we over here, we separate the state and we separate God or religion. Well, when Muslims are in control, that will no longer be. I know that Texas has taken a step towards, nope, that's banned. You don't do that over here in my state. And I commend them, but I don't know how long that's going to be. All I can tell you is stay watch, stay guarded, stay alert. I know that a lot of people, you know me, I've been trying to be supportive. I don't want, people to think I have a religious preferences, and things like that. No, of course not. People can believe whatever they want. But there's only one true religion, let's make it clear. And that is Christianity. Now, when I say Christianity, I don't mean just like any type of crazy ass people that call themselves Christians. There's a lot of people out there that said they're gay and they're bishops and pastors. That's satanical. That's antichrist. And the Bible doesn't allow you to become that. So you got to be careful. But I will say Christians is in everybody that believes in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and that truly believes that we are to deny ourselves and to trust only in God. Now, you guys may have heard a lot of, love yourself, believe in yourself, know that you can do it, instead of love God. Let God be in you. Let God do for you. You got to pray, and you got to be the vessel that God's going to use to get moving. Now, I don't want you to think that this is a channel where I'm just going to be preaching like some type of holy saint preacher or pastor or whatever. That's not the point of this channel. Right now, I'm talking to you about this just because we are waiting for the live of President Donald Trump and the Prime Minister of Japan signing ceremony. With that being said, let me make sure I didn't hit pause. Just to make sure. All right, here we go. All right, guys. You guys are lucky you don't get to hear me anymore.
The signatories are Her Excellency Ms. Takaichi Sanae, Prime Minister of Japan, and the Honorable Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. Delegation の方はお座りください. The members of the delegation are kindly requested to be seated. まず最初の文書でございますけれども、合意の実施、日米同盟の新たな黄金時代に向けての署名です。First document is implementation of the agreement toward a new golden age for the Japan-US alliance.
Thanks for the subscribe. We just hit 9,200 subscribers. Thank you, guys.
続きまして、文書、採掘加工を通じた重要鉱物及びレアアースの供給確保のための日米間枠組みへの署名です。Next document is United States-Japan Framework for securing the supply of critical minerals and rare earths through mining and processing.
Donald Trump hasn't done anything. Nothing at all.
以上をもちまして署名式を終了いたします。両首脳が退出いたします。This concludes the signing ceremony. The two leaders are leaving for the room to proceed the next venue. All the delegation members are kindly requested to proceed to the next venue with the leaders.
There's a horrible reception over here.
We kindly ask all members of the press.
There you go. That's from the White House press. So just showing you proof that President Trump is still working, by the way, for free. And in the meantime, the Democrats want to keep the government shut down, and they don't care about our seniors not getting their Social Security and all the things that they actually need to survive. Now, if you guys want to talk about religion, we can talk religion. But I don't think you want to talk about too much religion. I'm going to show you guys some stuff from the left media. They seem to want to put these things on my X account somehow. I don't know why. But let's see. Let me see if I can show you this real quick. Let's see if you can read this. If you can read this right here. It says, I support Trump, and I will not apologize for it. This is God and country, right? This is the positive side of it. And then somebody says, in case you forgot, Trump is a pedophile. Release the Epstein files. This is the war. This is the war that we have. So people want to come into our chats, and they always want to say that. They always want to say, release the Epstein files. Now they know that there's nothing that we can do, obviously, but they try to find anything to put doubt in people's minds. They also do memes like this. Master Chief is asking Epstein files, the Admiral. Where are the files? I'm tired, ready for my 6-foot grave, says Tyre, whatever his name is, some gay dude. And he says, Trump says, I have stage 9 dementia, the greatest dementia. Nobody does dementia like me. Very funny people, very funny. And then, of course, the Epstein list and Gaza's genocide are connected. Our president won't step out of line because he's compromised by Mossad blackmail. Now, I love it when people do like this kind of claims, right? Because they talk about this like they have proof and they have all these files. Like, these guys are better than FBI, CIA, and any other freaking agency out there that is supposed to be doing the job for us, right? These guys have no idea what the hell is going on. Let's see. Release these nuts, says... Omar, calm down, S.A. Kulka says, please tell your friends to join the Dennis Herrera show. Stop those evil doers, Democratic people. How many humans will America let Donald Trump kill? I am assuming that they're talking about the boats coming full of drugs from Venezuela. Let me see what else did they put in here. Kamala says, I'm not done. Kai Trump says, do you consider Kamala Harris a good leader fit to be president? Man, I wonder how many people actually said that. Let's see. Freedom, not terror. Hamas keeps choosing terror for freedom. Hamas must go. Now, I can agree with that. You know how many times we have signed peace deals and these Hamas guys, if you see somebody with that bandana, call the FBI. They are a terrorist group here in the United States of America, and they got to go. Wait, are they? Oh, no, wait, that's Antifa. Wait, I think these guys are too. And bastards. Man, I can't believe she's still news. You guys remember this girl? What a joke, man. What a joke. I'm telling you, but that's what they want. This is what the people want in office. All right, let's see. I want to go ahead and take some questions from you before I start jumping into my EBT and the tariff deal. Let's see if you guys know what's... Hey, Mary, how are you? Good evening. Let's see if you guys know what's going on with this EBTs. I showed you guys on one of my lives. I'll show you a video of these fraud case that we're investigating. Some of them dated as far as March 15th. Thank you for the sub. It's March 15th. And what's really bad about it is nobody in the chat knew about this. Like, nobody's ever heard of them doing any sort of investigation or that they found something that was so bad, because these Democrat politicians, they're still out there. They're still out there doing what they do, you know? And people can say, you know, when you listen to just one side of the story, you might think that there's a conspiracy theory going on in there. But it's not. It's not a conspiracy theory. These are things that are actually happening. You know, like Tampa and Tim. He was guilty of covering a bunch of stuff for his state. And there was a lot of politicians that were involved in it. Some people actually went to jail. You know, some of them plead for some type of a deal, you know, for information. And nobody talks about it. No, not one Democrat has said one thing about this at all. At all. And so this is why we have these shows, these live shows. You know, not when you go to work or when you're doing the things that you're doing, you don't have time to be looking at everything that you want to hear or you want to know. So we have to go look for that stuff. We got to make sure that we go and find out what's going on here, what's going over there, and then we're going to put it together and we're going to bring our own opinion. You know, I wish that I can have something positive that Democrats have done to help the American people. But it's just, I'm telling you, I promise you, I don't talk to you this way because I'm just a Trumpster. I'm a right-wing guy and I hate Democrats. Not at all. Not at all. But look at the way that we've been fighting. Oh, for Pete's sakes. All right, I'm going to try to go ahead and give it with some type of energy, right? Because, you know, you get to say this so many times and people still don't get it. And maybe you know what it is. I think maybe I'm just, I'm looking at too many people with mental health issues. They will never understand. Now, I'm not a caretaker or anything like that because I don't have patience for that kind of job. I can only be patient for so long. And, you know, I got my limits. Now, there's people that can go out there and help out people with dementia and all this other stuff. I only have so much patience. I'm not going to lie. All right. But whatever patience I have, I will give you my heart. And that's not a doubt. That's not a question. It's not a joke. It's not a lie. It's the truth. I love people and I will help as much as I can. But the truth of the matter is that if I try to find something nice to say about Democrats, you know, I go back to COVID-19. Bro, we knew it was BS. We knew President Trump was trying to block flights from China. Everybody told him he was an evil, he was xenophobic, and oh, he's a racist. I'm sick and tired of hearing that BS. Like that's not a reason. That's just a talking point that somebody else gave you. Speak for yourself. Why? Remember, the Democrats are the party that wanted to kill us because we didn't take the COVID vaccine. They called us anti-vaxxers. You remember that? Super chat, Berniel. Christians need a prayer dedicated to us. patriots to protect us all the time, like these foreign and domestics. You know, I love praying. I really do. I love praying. And I always tell you guys, pray for me. Pray for me, because I don't have that long patience to spend 10, 12 hours praying and then do the research that I need to do. And you know what I'm saying? It's just like there's just not enough hours in the day for me to do what I want to do. But we will pray. We will pray for sure. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's just do that right now before we go down to like 10 people. Father, we thank you so much, Lord, for being our Father, for being our God, for being our Creator. We thank you, Father, because you do give us patience. Father, you are the Almighty. You are the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, in whom I believe in. Me and my house will always be yours, my Lord, and we will always serve you at the best way that we can. Now, Father, we thank you for your love and for your mercy. Father, we thank you for sending your only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, to come and die for our sins. Please forgive us of our sins and our trespasses if we forgive those that trespass against us. Don't let us fall into temptation, Lord. Give us strength to continue to carry on this good fight. Father, strengthen our faith. Let your Spirit be felt among us. Father, forgive us. We accept our Lord Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior. We believe in you. We believe you are the only true God amongst all the gods that pretend to be gods. Only you are real. Only you are truth. We believe that you, Jesus Christ, is the truth, the way, and the only life. And we get to choose. So for those who choose evil, Father, we don't blame you. We blame ourselves for not being able to choose wisely. But Father, give us today our daily bread. Give us your love. Give us your word. Give us your message. Amongst all this politics, amongst all these opinions and trickeries and witchcraft that is going on in this world, Father, we're getting close to Halloween. The world celebrates evil and death, but we celebrate life. I know a lot of people like to disguise themselves and everything. Father, that's in your hands. Don't let me judge. I don't celebrate Halloween. Father, I thank you because you are with us every day. I pray, Lord, for all of our senior citizens. Father, we know you're taking care of them. We know that our time on this earth is already measured and counted. We just want to live to praise you and worship you and fight the good fight until our last breath. But Father, I pray that you do what you do for our seniors. Give them strength, Lord. Bring healing into their life in the name of Jesus Christ. Help everybody else, Lord, that can help. Bless those people. Bless them greatly so that they can bless others. Father, I pray tonight, for I know that this battle in the Middle East is not done. I pray and I ask for your Holy Spirit to be upon Israel. May you give them strength, the wisdom, and the courage to withstand what's coming for them. We believe you have everything under control, Lord. Let it be your will, Father. I pray for our President Trump, for the administration, for all the patriots that are fighting, for all those who believe in you, and for all those who fight for what's good. Father, I pray for the whole United States of America. May you bring all those people that have doubt to come to light, to come to get to know you and the truth. For those who are confused about what to believe in a religion, Father, I believe in the Bible, but I trust in you alone. No man. I trust no man. I will humble myself so that you will be great always, my Lord. Thank you, Father, for only you are holy, holy, holy. In the name of Jesus, I pray. All right, and I thank you guys for staying with me. Now the light is a lot brighter in my eyes. But if you pray that prayer with me, I know God is going to bless you. I believe that in my heart, because anybody that repents of their sins and believe in Jesus Christ and allows the Holy Spirit to come into their life, they will truly be changed. Would you lose all your anger? No. You're not supposed to lose all your anger. There's righteous anger. You should be upset when something is not right. You should worry when something is not right. But just remember this, that we can react to things in the way that we react, but in reality, it is all up to God on how that's going to turn out. So always think about that when you think about prayer and when you think about your faith. I'm going to try to go back to the White House and see if I can get another video here for you guys, because I believe that was just one part of it. No, they still haven't posted it yet. Just the signing. So if you just came in, guys, you missed the signing already. All right. So if you want to stay here, we were talking about EBT and how the government's taking that away from our senior citizens. It is crazy. The mayor of Seattle puts out a message on X, and he's talking about how President Trump has the nerves to call Seattle a shithole, where Seattle is the place where he grew up. And my reply to his little comment was, no. Seattle is great. Seattle is beautiful. But I said, but you and your goons and the Democratic Party that are in government right now, you guys are destroying Seattle. You guys are destroying Washington. You've been doing that for decades. We have not had any good leadership here in Washington State in a very long time. And we are like in a desert waiting for a drop of water because it has been so dry over here with all this corruption that we have in government. I talked to these people today, most of them senior citizens, about their Social Security. And it is sad that nobody cares about helping them at all. A lot of people are losing hope, and they think that there's nothing that they can do in Washington State. I am telling you right now, I am giving my last poll, my last move is going to be next year. I will need to raise $2,000 for the fee to put my name on the ballot to run for governor. I will try to learn as much law as I can. I will try to learn as much as I can about what is really needed in this state to make it great again. Farmers, number one priority, I believe. Number two is going to be immigration. Sanctuary cities are going away. Number three, and I think that's going to be the toughest, maybe not. Sometimes the things that we think are going to be the toughest are probably the easiest. But number three is going to be getting rid of, ending all these homeless things. We are going to make a new budget for the police department. We are going to talk with the police department and allow them to do their job, to place police officers as much as we can on all the areas where we know that corruption has been the biggest. All these protesters, they can protest all they want, but they will be forced to protest from the sidewalks. I know that there's permits. There's permits that you can get. But if it's going to be something to where it's going to be destructive, we're not going to allow that crap. And we're going to have a hefty budget for police, for the police department. I believe that rehabilitation It's a good thing. And we will have those programs. But we will not have programs for transgenderism. We will not have programs for LGBTQ nonsense. We will not have NGOs that do not tell us where the money is going. We will not hire contracts, and we will hold them accountable, even in prison, if they don't fulfill their contracts. We are losing billions of dollars here in Washington State. And speaking of, I want people to tell me. They come in my chat and they start talking about all these leftists, blah blah blah. Let me ask you something, and I want to tell you, guys. Oh, hey, Berniel just became a patriot. Just became a member, Berniel. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question really quick. If you believe that the economy here in Washington State, I think I saw Rush in here. Rush, are you in here? I think I saw Rush. If Rush is here, hello, my sister. And thank you for joining. I'm going to ask you some questions, okay? And as a matter of fact, it doesn't have to be from Washington. Anybody. Answer this question. Now, I know what my patrons are going to say, okay? So, Trinity, don't say anything. Omar, don't say nothing. Is the economy in our country bad right now? If it is, give me a 1. Berniel. Berniel drops the first $100, $1,900 left. Let's go, Governor Dennis. Oh my God, we'll give it a shot, my friend. You know, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it everything we got. Trust me, I look good in a suit. Let me just tell you that right now. Now, a little disclosure, okay? I don't go get the $5,000, $10,000 suits. I don't believe in that. My suits, the most expensive suit that I have ever bought, it was not even a suit. It was a long winter jacket. It goes all the way down to my toes. To my ankles. And it's so warm in the winter, especially when the wind comes in. I'm wearing my suit, and that jacket protects the legs, because you know suit pants are very thin material. And that protects the legs and the upper body. Oh, man, that's thunder. Very nice. Thank you, Berniel. Appreciate you, my patriot. I know, brother. You know what? And I'm going to have you back, right back. I know what you're doing over there in Cali. Trust me. You're going to hear it from me. Believe that. Especially if we win the governor's office here in Washington State. See, okay, let me see. I didn't see any ones in here. If you believe, Rush Babe, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Can you copy that and hold on to it? If you believe that the economy in our country is bad, give me a 1. Ah, damn. It's only patrons in here. No, where's my haters? Where's my leftists? Come on, guys. If you believe the economy is bad right now in this country, give me a 1. Or say yes. Kevin, that's not the first time he does that, brother. This guy, he's almost like a sponsor to me now. Yeah, he's a Latino for Trump, brother. Let's see. Long bomb, Israel bombs Gaza last week. Blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about that. Okay, Dave says, long bomb, Jesus says, the economy is bad in the country. I agree. Are gas prices too high? Are gas prices too high? Give me a 1 if they're too high. One, don't believe your lying eyes. No, gas prices are high. Do you believe that we have a problem with our welfare system, with our EBTs being canceled because there's not enough money? Number 1. Awesome. Omar, I don't want to hear about that right now. I want to see the ones. Okay. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. Do you believe that healthcare should be for all Americans? Give me a 1 if you believe so. Okay. Kelly, yeah. I believe you. I believe you. Okay. I agree. Now, I'll put a little disclaimer. I won't lie to you. Private healthcare is better than universal healthcare. Just so you know. You can still have universal healthcare, but private healthcare is going to be a lot better, more personable. You know, they're going to treat you well. They're going to pamper you. They're going to give everything that you can. Okay? Tommy's is waiting. Here we go. Oh man. So I'm glad that we have this understanding, right? Because it's not just that the left are crazy and everything that they're asking for is wrong. No. A lot of the things that they're asking for is correct. And I agree. So here is how you fix that problem. Or here is how you begin to fix that problem. All of those things are true and it should be better. My last question to you is this. Why do you support illegal immigration? If you agree with me that illegal immigration should be enforced to the maximum available force in our government, federal rules, give me a 1. If you believe every single illegal immigrant out of this country should be not here, give me a 1. And this is why I'm going to lose some of you guys, because I believe that some people do need to get papers. I don't care if they're illegal at this time. And we'll work on that. Lombard, okay, I can understand that. Now, some people, I understand that. Daniel. Ronald wants all illegals. Styrian wants all illegals. Trinity wants all illegals out of here. And on the same token, probably most will agree with me as well. 140 billion on ICE. Now, listen, there's a difference between paying labor that is due and rewarding the people that sacrifice their lives for us to keep us safe, to enforce the law that we don't want to enforce. We need to pay them. So I agree with that. And Robert says 1, Blinky says 1. See, I think most of everybody agrees that all illegal immigrants should be out. Now, I will tell you this. We can work towards getting this universal health care. I believe it. And you also know that I don't believe is the best thing for us. I believe universal health care should be available for free to everybody that qualifies. Now, I think the biggest problem is in the qualifying process, okay? Now, I agree, and I'm going to give you examples of what you can do, okay? See, the government is supposed to serve us, and they're supposed to work for us. They're supposed to make deals to benefit us, okay? And all they have been doing for the last couple of decades has been giving our money away with no return. We have been hemorrhaging billions and hundreds of billions of dollars out of our economy for international countries that I wish they were doing something back for us, but they weren't. And that's why I support President Donald Trump, because we are getting investment back from the countries that we help. For example, right now, Argentina. This is probably going to be one of the first things that you're going to see. Argentina was giving billions of dollars, okay, so that they can keep peace. Ukraine was giving almost $200 billion to fight a war. You see, that's different. Nobody says that's wrong because Biden did that. Biden gave him that money. Nobody said it was wrong to give Iran $600 million. But Obama did. Nobody said anything about it. Everybody stayed quiet. So what do we got? We got deals made in Argentina. Right now you saw the signing in Japan. You saw the signing in Thailand. You saw the dance in Thailand. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That was the bomb, right? So we have all these things going on. So for our government to work correctly, everybody able American should go to work. And if the work is not enough, see, there's got to be an auditing system. Every employer has the responsibility to do two things. One of the things is to make sure they use our government webpage or the IRS webpage to run Social Securities for people that apply for a job. If it's illegal, you don't give them the job and you report them to our immigration enforcement law officials or agents, however you want to call them. Number two, if they don't do that, they will get a heavy fine, $10,000 or more. That's how that works. Fair enough? That will allow us to keep track of who is legally working in this country. And they will not be allowed to use fake papers. There used to be a website where they used to put the whole name and Social Security, and then now, because Washington State is officially a sanctuary city, not to help migrants, but to help illegal and criminal illegal migrants. See, I think they started off on the right foot. And then somewhere along the line, they stumble, they fell, and they don't know how to get back up. So number one, to fix our economy just here in Washington State, and I think that every other state can follow the plan. We get rid of our illegal immigrants out of this country. Before, my number one priority is bring farmers up to speed. What do you need? Why is your farm not doing so good? Oh, well, I don't have employees. Oh, it's so hard to get employees. Okay, you know what? Are you willing to take a class? Do you have somebody, do you have a group of people that can take a class training how to use this product, how to use this machine, how to use this, whatever you need to do for the farming? Do you have somebody available for that? Okay, we'll pay for that training, okay? And then we're going to give you the equipment and the machinery. What we expect in return, it's very good prices for everybody in Washington State. Now, people can say, oh, my God, well, you're not going to be able to afford hundreds of millions of dollars on equipment. You know what? They've been wasting billions on garbage for the LGBTQ, transgenderism, wokeism, and all these crazy-ass things in schools. And they haven't done anything to protect our children. They have paid hundreds of millions of dollars to contractors, NGOs, and they didn't do jack squat. I think the only project that I can give my hand on is the monorail that they have from Linwood all the way down to Seattle. I think that was not too bad. It was actually a pretty good idea. I still think it was too expensive for the kind of monorail that it is, but I think it's called a monorail. No, there's a monorail, and then there's a train. I don't know. It's like a train, okay? And then you can take that, pay very cheap, $3 I think it is, from Linwood to Seattle, which is a pretty good trip. You probably spend more money if you drove your car over there, okay? So that's okay. Now, if you are willing to help the farmers, then the next step in to help the farmers is to make sure that we help corporations, big corporations. I know communists and socialists, they hate this, but this is what I have to do in order to bring the stability back into Washington. We need to tell corporations, big multi-million-dollar companies, we need to let them know that we appreciate them. We are not jealous of their money, but we will love for them to cooperate as much as they can. I will bring these people to the table and make a deal and I will try to play tough like President Donald Trump. And if I can get a deal, I'll call him up. Or J.D. Vance, whoever's the president then. But I feel like I can make a really good deal with millionaires in corporations. Now, not to toot my own horn, but I have done entrepreneurship and I have spoken in front of thousands of people. I don't have a problem with that. And believe me, when God gives me word, God gives me word, and it is very wise. I wouldn't be able to think of the things that I say by myself, but God helps a lot, and I am willing to do that. And so I think that by taking care of rich people, they will take care of our middle class. And then our middle class is going to help our economy move up a little bit faster to where our poor class, it's also going to be taken care of. Now, we're not asking for too much. If I follow the build of the big, beautiful bill, let's remember that in order for people to keep their health, their welfare benefits, they gotta work part-time, at least 20 hours a week. I thought it was 5 a week, but it's 20 hours a week. That means part-time. And I think that you can do it. If you have to split 4/6, do that. If you have to split 5/5s, man, that's 25 hours. I mean, shoot, it's like 4 hours a day. 5 times, that's 20. So 4 hours a day you can work. Your kids go to school from 7 in the morning. Well, let's say 8. You can go to work from 8 to 12. That's your shift. That's it, 8 to 12. And then a lot of shifts can actually move. Like if you're going to work, for example, at Mickey D's, right? And Mickey D's can have a schedule and say, okay, if you are of this age, and this is not discrimination, this is all about scheduling. If you are of school age, a student, you can only work from this time on, right? From this time to this time. If you are a single parent or a person working and has kids and you need to work only part-time, you can work from 8 to 12. This is just an idea. From 8 to 12 at Mickey D's, go back home, you get your free health care, you get your free welfare, you get your EBT, you get to keep that. Nobody's going to kick you out of Section 8 if you have that. But your ass needs to go back to work and pay some taxes. The best thing you can do is pay taxes for your country. And I can guarantee you that these people working those 20 hours a week and paying taxes on those 20 hours a week, they will still be under the tax bracket of poor, but they will have food in their house. They will have their health care taken care of, so the children don't have to miss doctor appointments. If they play sports, they can get a physical. They can actually play sports, and that health care will take care of them if something happened to them. See, it's not difficult. It's not difficult to do it. So I agree with the big, beautiful bill. You know what I'm saying? If you have a child that is 7 years old older, they need to be in school. And if they need to be in school, that means that your ass can go to work. Salud, my friends. I don't know if it's too bright. Too bright. It's okay. You guys don't need to see President Trump. G says, shut up, Dennis. We don't care or value your opinion. Well, you're not going to get the benefits that I'm going to get the people that need the benefits. Now, with that being said, I think that the baseline to qualify for these benefits, because of inflation, because of how high prices have gotten thanks to illegal immigration, mass illegal immigration coming into our state, we need to make sure that property taxes are either reduced or completely removed. Now, I'm going to tell you why I believe you should pay property tax. Property tax, it's not supposed to go to the government, according to what I believe. Property tax should go in some sort of escrow that needs to be managed, carefully watched, and audited from time to time. If a particular community is paying property taxes and there was no work done that year, the refund should be coming back to the residents and the owners of those properties. That's where I'm at. Let me see what you got there. Somebody said something about school. I was just about to say something about the school. Did somebody mention the school? Let's see. Taking a $400 million plane from a terrorist funding country. Number one, Long Bong, I think he should have taken it. But he doesn't get to fly in that for personal use. That goes into the library of the president, and that's for the Air Force. Let me see. I don't know, Hags, what you ask. Put a super chat, guys, so I can see your damn questions. You guys like to demand stuff, but you don't want to pay the piper. What the hell's wrong with you guys? You see, I try to read comments in here, but I also have to give you my information. Just don't get it's two genders. Yes, it's funny Honduran thinking he's an American. No, Josh, I don't think I am. Let me see. Put questions or comments in the super chat. Thank you, man. Like these people, man. They demand shit and they want it for free. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Listen, I come over here to give you guys information for free, and I love it when you guys support me. I appreciate it. I really do, obviously. You know? And I think you'll see. We're going to do some great things. But going back, bringing investments back into Seattle, Washington. If we can make a difference in Washington State, if we fight against this corruption that we have in Washington State, I can guarantee you that we can change this whole country. Because if Washington changes, Oregon changes. And if Washington and Oregon changes, California is next bound. Now, I know that there's going to be a person running for governor in California here in the next few years, and I will support him 100%. I'm going to tell you something right now to that person. If I do not win the governor's seat over here in Washington, oh, which, by the way, that governor that is sitting on that seat right now, he is also from Everett, Washington. So here comes another Everett, Washington nominee. If I don't win, I will move to where you are, and I will support you. Okay? That is just, and we need to grab Arnold Schwarzenegger on the way down there. I think Arnold's actually a good, he's got sense. He's got sense. He knows a lot about immigration and how many people have abused it. A lot of Mexicans didn't like him because of that stand that he has. But you can't help but to love Arnold Schwarzenegger because he always says, "I'll be back." Okay, so bring back big businesses, big corporations. We're gonna give them big tax cuts. Oh, everybody hates that. Oh, wait, this guy's a Republican. What do you mean big tax cuts for the rich? What about the poor? Well, let me tell you something. There is a mountain, a pile of cups, okay? You, the poor people, are down here. Does this make sense? Let me see if I can make a, this is just it's coming into my head. What the hell is my pen? I thought I had my pen with me. There it is. Okay. Check this out. The poor people, you are here. Poor people. I don't know if you can see that on the light. Let me take a look at my monitor here. Come on, buddy. Make this bigger. Okay. Poor people. Me. I'm down here. Middle class, just like it sounds. Right in the middle. And then rich people, right here. The little tiny moment. Now, these are cups. In order to get water down here to the bottom, I got to pour on the top. You pour the water here, then it falls down to the next one, which is the middle class. And then it falls down to the poor class, which is at the bottom. I hope that looks like a brush and not like a middle finger. I don't know if that's too much bright, too much light. Let me put some light down. Give me a sec. All right, let's try that. This is horrific. You can kind of see it, right? Anyway, just picture a pyramid of cups. You got to pour at the top, and then the water starts going all the way to the bottom. This is why you have to support the rich. Stop being envious from them having their own yachts, having their own houses. So what? So what? Let me tell you something I heard when I was listening. This entrepreneur, he used to be a lawyer. Now this lawyer was already making six figures, okay? This guy was making a lot of money. So he decides that he wants to be his own boss. Now back there, it's kind of like a pyramid table, yes. And so he wanted to be his own boss. And if you guys have heard of Quickstar, this is what that business was. Now Quickstar, it does work. Any Amway, it does work, but you got to you got to work. You got to be a sales guy. You know what I'm saying? You got to move. But you can make money. At the end of the day, the richer get richer and the poor stay poor. Okay, that's why I don't like that model. But in this case, the way that it's going to work is this. And he told me this. He said, let me ask you something. And I was like, what's up? He said, how much is the car that you have? And I said, about $36,000. This is years ago, by the way. And he says, okay. And he says, and how much do you make a year? I said, I make about $35,000, $36,000 a year. He says, huh. So I pay $115,000 for my Mercedes, but I make $1 million a year. Who do you think wasted money? And it hit me right as soon as he said it. It hit me right away. I used over 100% of my income, disposable income, to get a vehicle because I thought that, making payments is a good thing, right? But so many people hate the rich guy because they went and spent $115,000 on a Mercedes car, and that's only 10% of his income. Who's wasting money? Who is being greedy? Who's being materialistic? It was me. The one buying a car with over 100% of what I can actually make in a year. But you gotta take advice when you get good advice. I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell Berniel anything about business. He's a better businessman than I am. Bezos and Elon alone employ over 2 million people. Trinity, let's get rid of Bezos and Elon because they're evil billionaires. Let's get them the hell out of this country. What's going to happen? To all my socialists, go on and tell us what's going to happen. Go ahead. Is poor people going to give us jobs? Of course not. So, I need to make it very, very attractive for big corporations to come here and invest in Washington State. Now, I'm not going to tell you that anybody's going to come in here. That's not what I'm saying. They still have to follow health rules. There's not going to be much, regulation, but there will be regulation for safety procedures, etc., chemical handling, all of that. We will protect our rivers, our oceans, and our lakes. Absolutely. And we're going to make sure that we enforce and multiply when we cut trees down, because it takes hundreds of years, decades for trees to come back, and hundreds of years to be able to make up what we take down. We're going to make sure that we double what we're already putting in, because right now we're cutting down a tree and we plant a tree. We need to multiply that, and we need to increase our national forest parks and make sure that we hire enough rangers so that they can really take care of it, but they will be held accountable. Our parking, our parks and recreations, they need to be top notch. I don't ever want to go find a toilet that is disgusting. to go in. There's got to be good ventilation. There's got to be, very good maintenance for drainage, etc. It is pathetic and disgusting that you go into a big recreational park for a hike and the bathrooms are destroyed and disgusting. I don't even know what other words to use. So I can't do it alone. We need people in office that are going to help us. So I will try to make it my thing to be friends and test people on what they can do. If you're going to be in parks and recreation, if you're going to be in education, if you're going to be in the city council, I want to see who they are. I want to see what they want to do, how they want to do it. And when I run for a campaign, we're going to make sure that everybody that gets voted in, hopefully Washingtonians will listen, but everybody that gets voted in is going to be due to non-DEI. It's going to be my merit. Give me your resume. Don't give me a paper. You tell me what you're going to do. And let's go. At the end of the day, I will let the people of Washington know who they're voting for. I am not here to prefer the Christians. I am not here to prefer the LGBTQ. I am not here to prefer the Antifa, which right now their label is terrorists. So the first thing that I will advise them is to get the hell out of my city and my state and let the president deal with that. I will make sure that our police department works with ICE agents and with the FBI. We need to put our resources together because that's going to get us more federal assistance, money coming into our department. And I want our police officers to make good money so they don't take bribes, so that when they go out there and put their lives on the line, that their families are taken care of. And people get they're so selfish. They don't think that we need to put all this money into our brave service people. No, man. A police officer gets shot. Just getting free health care doesn't mean jack squat. That is a big sacrifice, and they do it for you. You got to take care of them. So I am all for the blue. You know, Bob Ferguson ran a campaign saying that he was going to do $100 million for the police department. You know what happened when he got elected? Bull crap. He didn't do anything for our police department. And then we got this dumbass mayor, and he's telling the police, don't do this, don't do that, you can't do this, you got to let them do this, don't go near ICE, don't go near any FBI agents, get away from them, don't defend the people. What? Their priority is illegal immigrant. I don't care if you're a migrant. If you become an American citizen, you should become an American citizen to protect this country, not to make it worse. And I give you the biggest example with this terrorist Muslims. You think that these peaceful people, that's a fake religion. They're false. They will take over any mosque. Let me tell you right now. Even if you think that you're a peaceful Muslim, they will take your mosque because they are the true Islam. And that's exactly what they're going to tell you. And they will take you out. I guarantee you 100%. This is what the Quran calls the Muslim infidels. You got to think for yourself. These people don't know. But that's in the Quran. These guys invented Muslims. They invented Islam. The government invented Islam to oppress and rule over the people, over the fake reality that there is a God that they worship. Christianity is that they're derived of a government coming out of God, out of religion. Does that make sense? You see, like for us, I'll give you the biggest example. The United States of America, under God, our Creator. That we are all created equal. It's built with love. A government is born from the Bible, from God. A government is born, and it tells you to love your neighbor.
But it also tells you to judge righteously so that you are not deceived by the snake, Satan. People always come into my chat and say that's not what Jesus would do. Or you know what Jesus would do, but you don't do it. You know who knows the Bible better than me and anybody else in this world? The devil. And that's who you work for when you go against me and when I say the word of God. You're a snake. And as Jesus told Peter, get behind me, Satan. I know what I'm talking about. I'll tell you right now, I know what I'm talking about. After we take care of making these investments, farmers, corporations, and we start bringing money in, we need to pass a vote to stop property tax completely. I think it's very doable. Every employee that gets hired by a billionaire company is going to make good wages. And we're going to give them a big tax cut so that the American people can have more money. And by having the farmers taking care of our produce, our products that are made here locally will be cheaper for the people. And the people are going to have more money in their pocket. And what they're going to do is, I got to go buy groceries. So now they can buy more groceries, the farmers can get more money, and the economy starts stabilizing. What is the next thing that we got to take care of? We need to have people in office that can take care of a budget. Let me give you an example. And guys, I am just a regular person like you. We're just regular people. I mean, we're older, I guess, but you know, we know some things about life. But here, let me give you an example of what these idiots do. I get a credit card. All right, she's not here. I get a credit card. My wife automatically thinks, cash, free cash. No free cash. It's a temporary. If you need to buy something right now, can you cover it on your next check? Yes? Okay, get it. No? Wait. Save up some, and then when you can get it, bam, pay with the credit card. You build your credit, but you're not in debt, and you pay that off after the bill gets created. You see the difference? Okay, this is what the government does. All right, guys, roundtable meeting. Here we go. Huddle up. All right, guys, so we are $16 billion in debt. But now that we have this meeting here, we are going to tax the people $9.5 billion more on top of what they're already being taxed. So that way we can make up some of this money back. You know what I'm saying? This is what they say. This is what they do. Okay, so break. Okay, what project do you have? I got this NGO. This is going to be giving this many millions to education. Really? Is it for education? Okay, done. What you got? Oh, well, we're going to do this project. We're going to fix this bridge over here on I-9. Okay, how much? Okay, done. What do you got? Oh, okay, well, we're about $8 billion in the hole right now, but we're going to get $9.5 billion in taxes. So yes, everybody, go ahead. And what happens? The taxes are not going to be collected in 1 month. The taxes are going to be collected in years. Everybody pays for them. And then you go back and, wait a minute. What was it, 100 million? No, we can't do that no more. Well, where's the money? I don't know. It's gone. That's how the government is. That's what they do. Not every government, just our government. In blue cities and blue states. Why is it that a simple common folk like I can think of this in a logical manner? Why can't they? They got master's degrees. They got bachelors. They got education for this. You know what? These are the color hair people. These are the guys that go to work in a dress. That's the kind of people that run our government. And let me tell you something. When Pete Hegseth
got rid of all those loons out of the military, look what happened. Real men showed up for work. Real women showed up for work. The military's proud again, and not the gay pride, the real pride. The pride that they are serving their country. That's what real men and real women do. These people that want to play dress and undress Barbie dolls, they're not fit for service. They shouldn't be in the military. They shouldn't be in government. They look like normal people at some points in the way that they talk. They're not completely ignorant. They are smart. They're just not wise. They can say a bunch of baloney, but when it comes time to it, they're selfish. We need people in government that are selfless. People that are not going to go into office to become rich. I'll build my own business for that. Thank you very much. But to run for office, and I'm going to tell you, if I was rich, bro, I would not take a salary either, like the president. Nayib Bukele doesn't take a salary. I would hold the press accountable for lying to the people. They can't hold them accountable because they are lying to the people already. Thank you, Kevin. God bless you, bro. Yeah, you got to get rid of these people, man. And I'm telling you right now, we don't care about feelings. We care about results and what's best for the people. I talk to so many migrants, and I'm talking about educated and disciplined migrants. And they all tell me the same. You guys remember Junior Vasquez, that Puerto Rican, that he's a veteran? That's one of the Latinos that I'm talking about. Those guys know that we need law and order. And people that flee other countries to come here, you can tell right away. They don't come here to become Americans. They want to make Americans like their shitty holes countries. That's what they come here for. And that is the difference. This is what we're talking about. So if you tell me what I'm going to do as a governor, there's a lot of things. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do for fun, because I love this, I want to get involved with sports. And I'm not talking about a photo op bull crap. I want to get involved with sports. I want to support a lot of Christian sports. Soccer, baseball, football. I want to support schools that help those that do not have money to get uniforms, to get health insurance. There was programs like that in the 90s. I benefited from one of them. I paid $75. As a matter of fact, the principal paid it for me. But she paid $75 so that I can play football and have insurance through the season. So if anything happened, I was covered. I want to help those people. I'm not just going to give somebody $100 million. Okay, good luck. I hope this helps for the educational system. That's not how it works. People are already paying property taxes supposedly to support their schools in the area. Am I right about that? I think I'm right about that. Those are some of the things. But definitely, a big tax cut. A big tax cut is going to come for the rich. Absolutely. The middle class is going to benefit. We want our middle class to be very, very taken care of. And we want our poor class, which, by the way, is not a shameful thing, okay? I understand sometimes we make bad decisions. Sometimes in our poor class we have disabled people. We have a lot of mental problems as well. I mean, this is very unfortunate, but we should be able to help them. And they should be getting those benefits. So here's my next step. I already told you I'm getting rid of sanctuary cities, and we're going to deport every single illegal immigrant in this state that is a criminal, and then everybody else. Meaning, if they go to jail, deported automatically. If they commit a crime, automatically. If they are illegal in this country, this is how it's going to work. If you came in this country after 2021, you're getting deported. So you might as well self-deport. Just know that from up hand. Anybody has a DACA document, I will allow to stay here. And we're going to go to Congress, and even I will send a letter to Congress to please help us make these people that have proven themselves to be of good character and support our Constitution. And of course, they love the United States of America. They don't wave their country of origin flag. They actually love the United States of America, and they will be great citizens. I want them to please allow them to have a green card. Because I can't just give it to them. As a congressman, I can't do that as a governor. The president can't even do that, right? So it's something that needs to be talked about. And here's the kicker. Every single thing that we talk about, illegal immigration, budgeting, where the money's going, how much did we acquired, we're going to hold everybody accountable. As I work at the Indian casinos, every time that we grab something, it doesn't matter if I was at the bar, if I was having lunch, if I was having dinner, if I grab something, I have to clean my hands and then move away from that area. We're going to make sure that we follow liberty for all. His president, I don't know if he's a citizen here. I don't know if you're Salvadorian American, but his Salvadorian president, Nayib Bukele, had everybody audited and investigated. And that's exactly what we're going to do in office. Everybody is going to be transparent. As we have seen the example for President Donald Trump, I think people respond to that. The taxpayer people are going to say, hey, oh, man, I'm paying so much taxes. Well, what's going on? Oh, yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, right? You see what I'm saying? Like people will not have the problem because they will say, well, hey, guys, you want a beautiful city, don't you? Well, here you go. We spent $300 million on this bridge right here. Look, it's beautiful. It's perfect. Now we can enjoy it. Hey, we spent $100 million here to help this and help that. This is what we're doing. I want each head of each department to come and give me something every single day, if necessary, every single day. And they got to show up at the office. I don't want none of this bull crap of working from home. We're not going to play that stupid game. And you better wear a suit when you come to work. Don't come to work on freaking sweatpants and a purple, pink, and green hair. Do your freaking hair. Be respectable, be professional, carry yourself as a freaking adult that has education. Stop being some punk kid from the 80s. You should know better than that, especially if you're a business person. Liberty for all, thanks for the chat, bro. What do you got? I wish that anybody who ever wants to run for government jobs or office, walk the streets, and I will ask, what do you see? What can we do? Exactly. And that is exactly what we're going to do. Because we have seen all the crap that is on our streets. We have seen our paychecks suffer. We are the little people that pay the tax. Yeah, we get some refund back at the end of the day. I get a little, very little return back, but I still get some money, okay? That means that I am paying more than most people. There is people that get $10,000, $20,000 back on their tax returns. Those people didn't pay taxes, and the rich people that pay taxes are giving it to them because that's the way that they redistribute wealth in our country. That is a part of a socialist program. The IRS, the taxing system. This is why they want the rich to pay even more. They're greedy. They're leeches on the welfare system and to the country. And we don't want that crap in this country. We want people that want to make this country great and that they will give everything that they can so that this country stays great. And one of those things is to fight against illegal immigration. It's not that hard. It's very simple. It's very simple. All you got to do is care about the people. I know that you guys, well, I know most of you, my Patriot brothers and sisters, I know you believe me. But I know that people don't believe me when I say that I truly love. I love the United States of America. You won't believe how many times have I flown over and I just look down at the ground. And I'm going to tell you, and I do this thing every single time I go to Honduras as well. I get nostalgic. You know that? I get nostalgic when I'm flying above Honduras on a plane and I see this beautiful greenery and the mountains and the rivers. And I say, how peaceful is this? How beautiful is it? Why do we, the people, ruin it? Why do we become violent? When you see things from up in the plane and you look down, it's just, I get nostalgic. When I fly back to the States and I see the mountains and I feel the vibration of the wings because of the wind that comes up from the mountains and the turbulence and the clouds, all this stuff, I always look down at the ground and I think when I fly over Texas, almost a tear comes out because I don't just look at the lights. I think, man, I wonder what kind of people are down there. I wonder if they're having a good time. Are they successful? Do they have money? I wonder if everybody has food. I see the electricity. That's nice. It's nice. I hope nobody's getting mugged. I hope everybody is doing okay. And you fly over another city. Oh, man, a small village over there. God bless them. Father, look after them. Look after them. Provide for them. Keep them safe. That's what I do when I fly. I kid you not. I look down and I almost cry when I let myself think too much. But it's true. It's true. If you ever go to the observatory, there's a part where you can hike up and you can look at all of Los Angeles. And you see all this smog sometimes. A lot of smog. But when sometimes you get to see this clear day, especially after a rain and it's clear skies, it takes the smog away for a little bit. And then you see all of LA and you see all of Hollywood and you see all these mountains or hills full of houses and you see the Hollywood sign and you see everything in California and you're like, I don't see gangbangers. I don't see drug addicts. Just a beautiful LA city. Just a beautiful landscape. And I'm telling you, I'm just like this guy that just in another country, in the whole world, a whole new world. And I'm like, it's beautiful. And then you go down to it, and there's prostitutes, and there's druggies, and there's people fighting, and there's gangbangers, and there's graffiti all over the place, and there's lawlessness and disorder, blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I think we got to help the rich people, especially big corporations. If we need to have migrants come to this country, I will reach out to Honduras. No preference just because I'm from Honduras. Oh, no, there's going to be preferences. I'll tell you that right now. We will give Honduras an opportunity to come over here and work in manufacturers if we need them to do. And we'll also extend that invitation to Salvadorians and to Guatemalans and Mexicans. Thanks for the subscribing, guys. Thank you for that. Berniel, did you see that we have reached over 9,200 now? We're getting a lot more patrons to join our channel, man. That's amazing. Let me see where we at right now. Let me check real quick. Let me see where we at. Holy crap. We're almost at 9,300. I think that more Americans are coming to my channel, bro. That's a good sign. And you know what? And I hope that we get a lot of Washingtonians to come into this channel. You know, when you guys come in here, man, you guys should really say hello and what state you're from. Oh, it's a super chat. Liberty for All says, question for your brother. What do you think Jesus meant when he says that things about the rich people? Yes. So here's a misunderstanding from people when they hear this story, right? Because you got to pay attention to the example that he gives. Listen to this. And I'm going to put it in my own words because I don't have it memorized word by word. But a rich man comes to Jesus and says, what do I have to do to go into the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus says, well, first, you got to first you got to forgive your brother and you got to keep all the commandments. Yeah, I can do all that, right? And then he says, and then you have to sell everything that you have and follow me. And he got sad. And Jesus said, see, it'll be easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven, because he has many possessions. What that means is, don't be materialistic. See, being rich, it doesn't have to be a curse like people tell you that it is. If I was rich right now, I don't have enough money. There's so much people. There's so many things that I want to do. You have no idea. You have no idea. I have a lot of houses to build. I have a lot of families to help. I got a lot of big projects that I need to do. Billions of dollars is just probably not enough. Of course, I will build some businesses to try to make more money to give away to people that are working hard. Not lazy people, but people that are working hard and people that really need our support. So what I'm telling you is this. If you are looking for wealth and prosperity, a good thing you seek, and God wants to bless you with that. But you have to be ready in your heart to accept that wealth, because money and power, after time, can corrupt your soul. But if you think like me, or if you think like Jesus, Jesus gave a lot of stuff away. He made free food for people. Heck, he even made wine for people. Right? He gave health. He was the best doctor, best physician, best surgeon. Obviously, he's God. But here on earth, we can do something similar. We can support programs like that. We can support youth programs. There's not enough rich people getting involved. There's churches, Mormons, there's other religion things that do things for the youth to help out the government too. Sometimes they do programs to help the people that need help. But if we have the rich people also pitch in, how about we take care of our public parks? How about we get a couple of security guards out there to watch all this youth that comes and play basketball, especially during busy seasons? How about we make sure that the court has nice nets, that it's safe? How about we make sure that our cities look beautiful? When I listen to President Donald Trump talk about Washington, D.C., that is exactly how I feel about Seattle. That's exactly how I feel about Washington. You know what? I think tomorrow, I hate going to downtown. I hate downtown, guys. But tomorrow, I think tomorrow I'm going to, after my morning live, I think I'm going to drive down there. I need cash, though. I don't have cash. Yeah, I can probably stop by the bank. No, they take card for parking. Okay, so I just got to go find parking. I think I'll probably drive around a little bit and just kind of record off the dash of my phone on the dashboard on my car. And then I can kind of walk in some of the areas to show you. Because Seattle, Washington is beautiful, guys. It really is. But the only people that are kind of okay here are the people that are making more than $100,000 a year. Because they are living almost paycheck to paycheck, but they have enough to be able to go to a nice fancy restaurant and drop down $500 on a dinner. I don't have that money. I think the most that I drop down, well, when I used to have a business in electronics, I think the most that I ever spent was, and this was for a big group of people, it was like maybe $560, maybe almost $600 with the tip. Yeah, I think that's probably the most. But family-wise, maybe around $200, $250 on a very expensive dinner. And that's as far as I would go with spending money. You got to keep a budget, right? So, but yeah, those are my plans. Those are my stories. That's all I got for you guys today. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Do you guys have any questions? I will allow you guys to ask any questions. We touched on welfare, and I gave you my key points for running for governor here in Washington State. I am talking to more and more Washingtonians. I got to do a better job of advertising. Maybe I can build a website. I suck at building websites. If somebody knows how to build websites, let me know. We need to make sure that we follow all the rules that we need to follow. I gotta have a team put together to see how we can do it. but we definitely need to follow the laws and the rules. We don't want to go to court like President Donald Trump because some jackass lawyer used campaign money for something that he shouldn't have, and then almost got Trump in trouble for it. Let's see. What do we got? Michael Evans says the rich man's story was to teach them God can save a rich man. Just like Peter in Acts 10 was taught that Gentiles are not unsavable. That's why Jesus said, with God all things are possible. I guess that's one way. 57:16, I will not accuse them forever, nor will I always be angry. For them they would faint away because of me. The very people I have created, I was enraged by their sinful greed. All right, so I hope that I think I went around the subject on that because there's so much to unpack on it. But the point is that if you can be rich and prosperous, and that doesn't mean that you're not going to go to heaven. What that means is that there's going to be a lot more temptation for you because you will have more opportunities to do things that others and most people can't. But if you keep praying, if you keep believing in God, and you keep doing what's right, don't feel guilty for having a better dinner than me. Maybe one day I'll be starving, and maybe you're having a dinner that's over $100 a plate. Don't feel bad for me. Enjoy yourself. But just remember this. You are doing something for the people, and you are loving God. That doesn't mean you have to be poor. That doesn't mean you have to be broke. You can give more than most, but that doesn't mean that you have to be miserable by being blessed. On the contrary, give God thanks and all the glory to Him in everything good that you do with your wealth. So with that being said, I bless Berniel and his 2 locations for his business. I bless all of you who are entrepreneurs, those who are running small businesses, those who are working double shifts to be able to afford a good investment for a business. I bless you, and I pray to God in the name of Jesus Christ that you are blessed beyond measure, prosperous, and may your lives be filled with joy and happiness, and may you be a light in this world of darkness, and may you be able to help others that need help. Just be of good discerning. Don't be a fool giving away your money. Invest, or as Jesus will say, sow in fertile ground, and you will see the fruits that will come out of that fertile ground. I mean, he doesn't say that story, but that's how I think Jesus will say it. Let me see. What do we got? Long Bong says, are you people really this cruel? What are you guys talking about? Let's see. What's going on here? Let me see. Rush Babe says, Little Bong, you need to change your hands to little hands. Yes, since not to feed the world. I feed my family just fine. Here's something, Rush, that I told these people today as we were relaxing on the hot tub. You guys know I got some lower back stuff. I was relaxing on the hot tub talking to these people in there, and I told this lady that was sitting there with her daughter or granddaughter. I said, do me a favor. If you want to help me, I said, I think that it's great that you want to help me. But don't try to help me and help him and her and him and her, and then your house is a disaster. I'd rather you help your family. Take care of what's yours. And then if you have extra, by all means, bless somebody else. Because when you give them something from the bottom of your heart and there is no burden being caused to you by sharing this, it is a true blessing. And I believe that. Liberty for All says, thank you for the super chat. What he meant is that rich person gets attached to his money. Correct. And forget about God's mercies. Correct. And that's why I said, if I was to become a billionaire, there's not enough money. I mean, I'm sure it's going to last me probably until I die, right? Probably. But there are so many families that I know that are working so hard, and they need a lot of help. And specifically those families that can self-sustain themselves. These are people that are not looking to be dependable on the government forever. The only people that we want dependent on the benefits that we get through government are those who really need it. We can talk about maybe a woman that is having issues, with a pregnancy. Maybe we're having elder parents, the grandparents, maybe a young child that came with a deformity, somebody that has problems with this, with that. Those are the things that I think people should have the benefits for. You know, um, I myself, I can use some benefits because of something that we have in the family, but I don't want to be a burden to the government. And so, we do without that help, even though we need it. My wife has even asked me about it, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. We'll just keep pushing ourselves, and we'll try to do the best that we can with what we got. Um, Let me see. Pray for the farmers who are begging for handouts because Trump screwed them so bad. Dobson, is not Trump. I know you think it's Trump. The only bad thing I heard from that is the fertilizer issue, but it's not. It is the taxes that the government is charging on them. It's the gas prices. Their deliveries are being more expensive. Their crops are not getting everything that they need because they're missing equipment or even product that will help them with their crop. There's so many things that farmers need that people don't think about it. Now, if you say you're a farmer and you have like 3 chickens, that's a family farmer. We're talking about big farmers, the ones that actually produce big quantities to provide to sell, to the whole state of Washington. We will be probably a little bit selfish, and we're going to make sure that all Washingtonians are taken care of first, and then we're going to start looking at our neighbors. But only if God allows us to stretch that far. There will be a lot of prayer. I will definitely try to invite some preachers, some pastors, people of faith that I trust. Not perfect people, just people of faith that I trust, and I want them to come in and pray. Maybe probably not every day because they have other things, that they have to do that are not going to be at the White House in Olympia. But we'll definitely have some prayer in our government again. It used to be prayer before they got rid of it. We'll bring it back again. So I'm not going to tell you that it's all going to be for Christians. No, but it's going to be more Christian inclined, and it's going to be better for everybody because the rules of Christianity, it's really about love and helping each other. And so I think that they will benefit from that. And guys, I'm telling you, there is some people that tell me, and Trinity is one of them. She's so supportive. I don't know why. I just feel God sent her to me, and I'm not paying her. She does it from the bottom of her heart. Berniel comes in and supports me. He's got word from God as well. He's also a successful business owner, and Liberty for All. He's a neighbor of mine in Central America, and I love that. Then I have Ron, and I got other patrons in here like Man. I know his name, but he doesn't want to be called that. But I know Man, and Kevin comes in here. Omar, of course, has got a special place in my heart. He is the young one of us in here, and I wish him the best. But there is such a great connection. I've been told that they have not seen somebody and their channel grow so much or so fast as I have. I mean, we're talking about like really hitting this towards middle to end of August. So September, October, geez, it hasn't even been 3 months. Is that right? That can't be right. Let's count from July, August, September, October. So 3 months we've had this, and God has put us at 9,200 subscribers in 2 months. I know that Berniel is a big ambitionist, and he thinks that we're going to have 30,000 subscribers by, what was it, November, December, something like that. I think it's possible, and I think that all of this might be a setup for us, to come in. Wait, Rush, is your birthday today? Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Myth. No, it's really. Wait, it really is your birthday. Don't lie to me, because I'm about to look something up that I made. Okay? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, please tell me I can find it. I want to show off my skills for you. Anyway, so thank you guys for your likes, for your supports, man. I think it's God working through us. Something big is coming. And I know there's a lot of darkness out there, but something big is coming. And I think that all of us coming together is for a reason. Let me see. Here we go. There, I do have it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here you go. This is for you, Rush. I made a little card for birthday. Now, this channel is going to be demonetized because of the music probably, but, you know, I pay for this software. It comes with music, and then it gets demonetized. I'm not sure why. But I'm going to stretch this one because... Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. All right. Let me stretch this baby out here. Come on. Grab. Let me minimize this. I think it'll probably be a better size. Bless you, baby. God, it's so dark. I can't tell where it starts and where it ends. I guess I got to do a better job. Hold on, guys. We got a special birthday thing here. Oh, man, I hope it's good enough, guys. Here we go. Everybody, sing together, okay? Here we go. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. I don't know why the whole song wasn't in there. All right, I got to make a new one, guys. Sorry about that. That's what a failure. That was a failure, my friends. But anyways, I will make a better one. I think that was my... At least you get the picture. You know what I'm saying? At least you get to see it. It's a big heart ender for you, Rush. Happy birthday, okay? I hope you enjoy that, even though it was a half of the song. Doggone it. It was 14 seconds. I apologize, Rush. You are. And I will come and visit you over there in Eastern Washington. Who knows? Maybe sooner than later. You never know. But we need to make sure that we coordinate. I mean, I don't know how much people you know over there, but I definitely want to talk with people, okay, and see what's up, what's going on. Liberty for All says, let me say this. I'm pro anyone who is in search of a better life. And if it undocumented person with good morals, it deserves that opportunity, even if it is crossed the line wrong, just like me. Deport! Call ICE on Liberty for All, guys. Let's go ICE. Let's call ICE. No, and I agree, man. That's what I said. That we want to get every illegal immigrant out of here because there's way too many. It was an invasion, and that has caused a lot of probably some undocumented people that will probably not get deported if it wasn't for this massive invasion. Let me tell you that right now. Now, you guys already know that we were already over 10 million illegal immigrants during the first. So there was going to be a lot of people being deported. And if you think about it, if you think about this, if you got 20 million illegal immigrants, okay, let's just make it a round number so it makes sense. 20 million illegal immigrants, just put it like this. If we, right now we only deported like 500,000 or so, okay, maybe close to 600 now. But if we deport 2 million people, that's only 10% of all the illegal immigrants that came into this country. If we deport 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%, you still have over 10 million illegal immigrants in this country. And out of all those, we don't know who they are. See, Liberty for All, you know who you are. I know who I am. But you don't know who else has come through that border. You don't know. I mean, even people that are American citizens, they've been caught here in Washington selling drugs for the cartels. We already know that the cartels have infiltrated Antifa, and they have gone in there and sell drugs with them. They sell drugs to collect money. Now, we always give credit to Soros, right? But no, it's the cartel. And they give them free drugs so that they can go out and sell it, especially to all the homeless. All the homeless are out there asking for money. What do you think for? Most of them are doing drugs. Now, I have noticed that I don't see that many druggies over here in Everett. And especially after the big bust with over 400 kilos of methamphetamine and fentanyl here in Everett, Washington, and then some in South Seattle towards 5 Tacoma Federal Way. Those bad areas are also home to a lot of new gangbangers that are being raised over there. So there's a lot of drug bust around here, and that includes a lot of illegal immigrants. It also includes American citizens. So it's not just illegal immigrants, and this is why I said everything that we do in the government has to be open. The press needs to be there. They're not going to say jack squat during the meeting. They can be there for the updates of what the meeting is going to be about. Tell me what you're going to do for the education. Okay, what you're going to do for parks and recreation. What you're going to do for the power industry. Okay, what you're going to do for, etc. And then they'll get to ask some questions. And then when they get done asking questions, we'll tell them to get the hell out. And then we're going to make sure that we sit down and go to work. Go to town. I'm going to tell you right now. Man, I am no Donald Trump. I probably could never, ever work as hard as that man. I'm going to show you something. This is the background of my computer right now. I don't think I can ever work as hard as this man right here. That old man right there. He works his butt off. Not just for us. He does it for himself. He does it for himself because of his pride. It's about being a great president for him. It's not just I became a president and that's it. No, he wants to be a great president. You guys get that? He wants to be a great president, and in order for him to become a great president, he has to do a great job for our nation. I love that man. High Voltage Studio says, how does immigration affect your personality? Thank you for the question. Thank you for the super chat. It mixed feelings, but at the end of the day, I have to put my feelings aside, and I have to obey the law, and I got to make sure that everybody respects the law. I'm not going to say that we're not going to have special cases. We're going to have a lot of audits. We're going to have a lot of investigations, a lot of background runs. We will definitely team up with the FBI, the police departments, all the counties, even state patrols. They will have authorization from me, from the governor, to be able to help and assist. We will no longer be talking trash to the President of the United States of America. If he feels that he wants to bring the National Guard to Seattle, I'm going to say welcome. And I'm going to tell all American patriots out there, come out with your flags, come out with your banners, and tell the National Guard, thank you so much for your service. Love them, respect them, support them, tell them thanks. It's what they want to hear. They are your citizens. They work for you, but they're not your slaves. You be a good person and treat them with respect because that's what you deserve. So do they. All right? So that'll be the big difference. And I will tell you right now, my message will be to criminals. If you have been getting away with crime and you think that that is the way to go about, no more. Our police will be 100% supported. And if the legacy media wants to come and talk shit about me, they can come and say it to my face and we'll put them in public. And I will debate the press. But we're not going to play games. If you don't want the police to put hands on you, stay out of the way. If you don't want to be thrown to the ground, don't resist. If you're getting pulled over illegally or for whatever you think it is, don't resist. Fight him in court. And I got your back. Why? Because you show me you respect authority. But the moment that you start fighting them, you lose my vote. You don't get my assistance. You don't get my help. Does that make sense? And I will tell anybody, if you come into my state illegally, you will be prosecuted federally, but you will go to jail first, and then you will get deported. So I'm going to give you your due process, but I'm going to make sure that the Attorney General is going to give you a nice due process in jail, and then you'll get deported. If you are an immigrant and you have a clean record, chances are we will give you some sort of permit signed by the governor to stay here until you can get your green card papers. Until then, you got permission to work. And then you get your green card paper. And then you're going to be put to the test. And if you really are an American, good American citizen material, well, you got my signature. All right? That's how I feel about that. Let's see. Bryce Williams, what's up, MAGA Max? MAGA Max. I like that. Bryce Williams. I like that. Hall of Fame, baby. You not winning. Hall of Fame, your support. It's so amazing. I love it, brother. I appreciate it. I'm going to tell you something, guys. When I run for governor next year and I start campaigning, please don't stop hating. The only thing I ask is don't go shoot me, okay? That will get you nowhere, all right? So don't stop hating. Keep doing your protests. Keep telling me what's wrong with this state because that is going to be the fuel that I am going to use when I feel like I hit a wall. And you guys will make a difference in our state of Washington as well. And when we win and when we change everything, I will be more than happy to welcome you into our team. And when I say Washingtonians, you will also be included in that. So I pray that God gives us the wisdom to govern right. And I pray that a lot of people that love this state and this country do get some paper, okay? So there's that. It sounds a little controversial, but let's not go too far into detail. I'll have to clarify every single time that I campaign on this because I believe that every single illegal immigrant that is illegal in this country is going to get deported. But if you're illegal and you get a chance to stay here, we run your credit, we run your background, and you're good. You get a fine, but you get to stay and become a resident holder. See, Liberty for All says Dennis for governor. There goes the neighborhood. That's right. I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm going to be a little biased. Sorry to my Mexican people. I'm going to be biased. I am going to be grabbing a lot of Central American people. I need more Honduran restaurants over here in Washington. We need more baleadas and more pupusas around here. And we're going to make it nice for, this is a promise that I can give you, okay? This is a promise that I can give you. If we get, and I don't care really, I don't care. I'm just joking about the Honduras and Central Americans. But if we get anybody that fits what we're looking for, is a person that's going to give back to the United States of America. Those people, if they are restaurant owners, they'll get a big break. Now, they still got to pass all those health regulations, and that's none of my business. They still got to pass all that. But we'll definitely give them a big break. And hopefully they can give their employees, hire more employees, or give them a nice bonus. So that they can go and spend at other grocery stores, clothing, retail, etc. And I would recommend, I'm not going to force people, obviously, but I would recommend that people buy locally, okay? Support local, keep the economy going great. Businesses that are price gouging, I'll be on top of that. There's been no gouge pricing over here. Oh my God, I can't even say it. Gouge pricing will not be tolerated. If you are in a city that I know something should be $10, oh man, I sound like a communist right there. Oh my gosh. We'll make it fair, okay? We'll try to make it fair. I just sounded like a communist when I said that. That's not how economy works, okay? So it's just horrible. It's a lot of work, man. It's not you're not gonna fix it in one day, not even 3 months, not even a year. It's a long process. They've been destroying a lot of opportunities here in Washington, but the more people support us, the faster it will go. The more people fight us, the longer it will take for us to be a healthy and wealthy Washington state. And that's what I'm running for. Kim Elliott in the house. Seriously, a woman gave you life. Without her, you would not exist. What happened? Who insulted Kim Elliott? Who said something about bad women? What happened here, Kim? Would you like to elaborate a little bit more? Kim, come on. What are you trying to say? Oh, is it Dutch? Is it Dutch talking smack over here? What's going on? I defend women, guys. There's too many whack jobs out there. Yeah. Okay, I agree with that. Yeah, there's too many comments. What happened there? What happened, Kim? What happened? A woman gave you a life. Without her, you would not exist. Period. 100%. Somebody talk crap about women. Man. This is a man's world. Dun, 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 dun. This is a man's world. But it's nothing without a woman or a girl. Respect women, bro. Respect women. Women are so powerful in our country, in our communities. My mother taught me that, and she didn't teach me by words. She did it. She worked for two people. She was not my father. She was my mother, and she worked as if she was two people. And I respect women because of my mother. And so if I expect a lot from women, it's because my mom was a lot. But it's just it's still I'll give you a break because we are in today's time. Let's see, Trinity Tree Legend Trump all washer. I don't know what that means. Shirley Aventus, God bless Israel. Shalom, shalom, Marcus. Samuel, yep. Sup, man? Keep going. We all believe in you. And God bless you. God bless you. Loves you so much and have such a great night. Look amazing. Oh, thank you, Samuel. That was very nice. Kim says, someone said, what is a woman? Oh. And what was the answer? A woman is a female that has a vagina, ovaries, that turns into a girl, then into a teenager, and then becomes a woman. That is a woman. Responsibility also gets added to the term woman, but that is a female. No man can ever be as great as a woman. No male can ever be as great as a woman. You got that? Well, I just answered it. Somebody else agree with me. If you agree with me, put a 1 in there, will you? Let's see how many people agree with that answer. Well, let's see if Kim agrees with that answer. An adult human female. Absolutely. Because we only have 2 genders, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, why is it so difficult for some people? I don't understand, guys. I don't understand. 17 more people, and we have 93 subscribers, guys. Let's go. 17 more people. That's it? Man, you guys are leveling up. There we go. I think the house wins 4. It's almost too dangerous to run for our campaign. Yes, Dodge, we know. Adam and Eve, absolutely. But right now, we're asking for a 1. If you believe in my answer. Dodge says we respect women here. Yes, but not men that call themselves women. That's a mental problem that needs to be fixed. And we're not going to be supporting that type of indoctrination in our schools. All right? That thing is going to be out of schools. I'm going to tell you right now, if the schools want money, I want to see all these rainbow flags off every single school that we have in Washington, and we are no longer indoctrinating our children to believe stupid shit like that. I will ask that you still respect those people. We do not accept bullying of any kind, and that I agree with since the 90s. This is what I said. When I was a teenager, I was saying this. I was like, hey, listen, they can do whatever they want. Respect them. But don't tell them that they can get married, because that's something that is a religious thing between a man and a woman. That's what I believe about marriage. Till this day, I still do. So I don't believe in their marriage, but for legality reasons, civilly, or, okay, I get it. But not biblically. Biblically, it will never be consumed as a wedding under God, because God hates, abolishes sexual immorality, so he cannot see it. It's horrible. It goes against everything that he's taught us. But we are not going to be judging people because of their belief. That is something that they have to deal with their maker, not with us. While they are in front of us, we're going to respect them and love them, and we hopefully get the same in return. But we're not going to become a violent generation. Yes, everybody gets to have the Second Amendment. They get to express their freedom of speech and religion. But let's be honest, Washington will be mostly Christian, all right? Yeah, Christianity, so to speak. So we will be supporting that a lot. Oh, here's one thing that you guys are not going to like. I think I'm going to lose half of my voters right here. Let me see. I'm going to let you guys go for a little bit before I tell you my next thing that I'm going to try to do. And I don't know if I can, but we'll talk with the legal department, and we'll see how we can do this. But a lot of people are not going to like me for that. They probably won't vote. And then, Berniel, I'll be down in South California a lot sooner than you think. All right, let me read a couple of things. Sansa said, poor Dennis, he won't ever get this white card. That's okay. I'm okay with my half brown, half white card. He also hates liars. Dutch, how do we keep firearms out of the hands of the mentally ill? Whoo! That's a good question, bro. It's a good question. It is a tough one. I guess it is a tough one. But we have to. It all has to do with security. With respecting authority. There has to be some consequences that people need to know. If you're an independent person that is mentally ill, somebody failed us. But we need to figure out who these people are. If somebody, I don't know, man. The Second Amendment is a very touchy thing, and I don't want to make it sound like that I'm going to be a tyrant with and all these regulations to make sure that everybody's mentally fit. It is very unfortunate but we can't really. Man, that's a good one. We can't really take care of that because I think a lot of people look sane, but they're not. That's a good one, man. That's probably the biggest block for me, I think. So because there is no answer for that problem, we have to make sure everybody has that right. And this is gonna sound horrible. I think I'm losing my my endorsement. May the best people win. That's horrible. I don't know about this. This is not something that we can do in the government. But as a Christian, I would love to be able to disqualify people. Illegals don't get to the right to bear arms. Only residents and citizens. Nobody else. No tourists, nobody on a visa for working. They don't get that right. That's only for residents and Americans. Kim Elliott says, you are to love your neighbors, not hate ever comes out of his mouth. You know, that's crazy. That's funny you say that there, Miss Kim. But let me remind you of what happened for Sodom and Gomorrah. I don't have to tell you, right? I just have to say Sodom and Gomorrah and you know what happened. Well, that was God, the same loving God. He does not tolerate that. I love my children, but when they don't behave, they get whooped. They get punished. There's consequences to their disobedience. And he is our creator. He can be our destroyer. So if anything, yeah, I think that as a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you something really quick. This is from the bottom of my heart to you, okay? I don't want to say that I'm this great evangelical guy and righteous Christian that is perfect and I just got all the answers. But I'm going to tell you something right now. I have seen pastors or evangelicals that go to parks where the LGBTQ is celebrating and they're doing this thing. And they go out there with a loud speaker, okay? Listen, I'm not going to be against that. You can go ahead and use it. But as a Christian, I'm going to tell you something. Christians or Christ did not go into a party to preach the good news. Not once did Christ go into a party and preach the good news. The only party that he went to is where he went and he turned the water into wine. Okay? But he did not go over there to preach at them. Now, Jesus did come into the temple one time. And he found that the people in the temple, God's house, his Father's house, there were tables and people were selling and trading and gambling. And he flipped the tables and you vipers, you snakes, and started whipping people. And he was upset. But he was righteously upset. This is Jesus whipping people, turning tables, destroying everything inside the temple. Nobody talks about that story, right? Nobody talks about that story. But you say, but wait a minute. But Jesus is all loving. He will never say that. Oh, no, he won't. He will whoop your ass. That's what he's going to do. When you bring all that perverseness in the house of God. I'm not making it up. Matter of fact, let me go ahead. We don't have that many people in here. A couple hundred, I think. Maybe a little bit less. Why don't we go and learn something from the Bible really quick? You guys can do this with me. You know, I'm a grifter. I'm a Google guy. Let's see. Jesus turns tables in the temple. Let's take a look. Let me take a look at this. Would you still be Christian if Jesus was a trans? He would have never been a trans because it goes against God's creation. And therefore, I would have never believed that he was the Son of God. Now, he was here in the form of a spirit and not a human. In the form of spirit, he wouldn't have a gender. And therefore, I would still believe in him. You see, angels don't have sex. The only reason why we have males and females is because we need to reproduce. In order for us to reproduce, we first got to know each other and love each other so that we can create a baby. Now, we wouldn't be sinners if it wasn't for the female. Because God created Adam and told him not to drink or not to eat of the forbidden fruit. And everything was fine until God saw that Adam was alone and he created Eve for him. But yet she was lied to and she believed the deceiver and she came and deceived the man. And this is why men rule over women and women are to submit to men because they are the creators of the sin. Here is the problem for men. After Eve committed sin by disobeying God, she went and seduced Adam. And Adam didn't say, wait a minute, my creator says, no, you don't eat of this fruit. But he said, oh, you're my wife. I guess I'll take that fruit. And after Adam, and only after Adam completed that sin by taking a bite of the forbidden fruit, then they lost their innocence. Then they lost their immortality. Then they became just like every other man, and they grew weaker and weaker from generation to generation. Now we live less. We get to live less years because the corruption, the evil, the darkness in this world has multiplied so greatly that we don't get to live that long anymore. Millions of children don't even get to be born. They get aborted. They get murdered before they even come into this world. But there's another story for that I have. Let me see. Let me see here. Let's see. It looks like it's Matthew 21, 12, 13. Let's take a look at this on the New International Version. And let's see. Well, let's go grab the whole chapter here. Matthew 21, verse 12. Then Jesus entered the table courts and drove out all who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the benches of those selling doves. It is written, he said to them, my house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers. The blind and the lame came to him at the temple, and he healed them. But when the chief priests and the teachers of the law saw the wonderful things he did, and the children shouting in the temple courts, Hosanna to the Son of David, they were indignant. Do you hear what these children are saying? They asked him. Yes, replied Jesus. Have you never read, from the lips of the children and infants, you, Lord, have called forth your praise? And he left them and went out of the city of Bethany, where he spent the night. Now, I will correct myself. I don't think I see anything on here that says that he whipped people. But he definitely got violent and turned those tables and kicked everybody out. Only those who were seeking him to be healed were allowed and tended for, especially children. And I find that very awesome. I think that's pretty awesome. Does anybody have a question about that? Uh-oh, Dave Nasty is here, guys. Watch out. It's a good thing we're at the end of our thing here. Oh, boy, well, it's not at the end because now we're back at 176. I thought we were almost done, but everybody wants to come in and hear. Let's see. Long Bong says the Bible doesn't label those fetuses as babies, Dodge. Every creature that God creates in the womb is his creation. How about that? I think the problem is that people keep saying humans. But the word is creation. Life. Life. That's the term. Creation of life. It's not human. Creation of life. That is a gift from God. And those who are aborted, maybe they were meant to be aborted. But you don't want to be the people that do that. If you've done that before, you can always repent and ask for forgiveness. But don't believe that that's the way that you should live your life. Make that mistake once. Don't do it again. If you haven't done it, just don't do it. But if you've done it before, just stop and don't do that again. Don't support it ever. Fingernail says, different Bibles, and the church actually adopted the Bible. It was stolen. Your version has Jesus in it. That's why there is a separation of church and state. Well, you see, we don't read just the book. We have the Holy Spirit to guide us, to help us discern, to be able to see what's God's and what's not. I've read the Book of Mormon. It's fake, 100%. Nothing was inspired by God in the Book of Mormon. I read the Quran. There's a lot of things from Christianity that are turned into Muslim beliefs. But the reality of it is that the government made up that religion to control people. And if you look out through history, Muslims have gathered a big area. They dominated for a long time, and then Christians came and took that back. and then Israel is free again. But let's don't make no mistake. Thank you for the super chat. Make no mistake. The gospel of Jesus Christ, the Bible, Christianity, to follow Christ is the only true religion, because we follow a real and only God, the creator of the earth and the universe. And that is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that's what I believe, and that's what I follow. You, even if you don't believe, you get to benefit because of my belief. You see, when Christians rule, especially here in the United States of America, prosperity follows. There is no persecutions. There is no hate. And those who hate get put in their place. Liberty for All says, another super chat. What I understand on that is that just like on the past, is now happening on our lifetime. Some people have used Christianity as a business. 100%. 100%. Separation came from the Democrats. Of course, Kim. That's that makes sense. I'm glad somebody said it. That makes total sense. Let's not forget, I think it was Obama that took the 10 Commandments out of the Supreme Court. Is that right? Am I remembering that correct? Can anybody verify that for me? Sunset, I graduated high school, and I have always been an A student, my friend. Sunset, let me tell you here. I got a story for you guys. Maybe it becomes inspirational. Okay. I had a really, really hard, rough life, and I was talking to my second oldest brother, because our oldest brother was hella mean, but my oldest brother used to hate me because I was my father's favorite. So let me tell you here, Sunset, and I'm pretty sure that you haven't had my life. My brother used to abuse me my whole life. He used to hate me. Now he asked for forgiveness when I was 26 years old. I forgave him, but the stories are still remaining, and that will not change because it's true. When I was about 16 years old, almost 16, about 15 and a half years old, his children were fighting, and they started crying. Now, my brother had a very bad temper, so he grabbed the belt. He comes out and blames me, like I'm not even doing anything. But he just looks at me with hate, grabs the belt, he tries to hit me, and I stopped his hand from his wrist, and I said, "You're not doing that no more." He says, "I'm not that little kid no more. I'm almost his height at this age. And I'm a lot stronger because I was working out twice a day, and I was lifting heavy weights. And boxing, taekwondo, mixed martial arts, I was doing all of that because I wanted to protect myself. I went inside the house because I had to go through the house to get to the door to go out in the street. And he chased me down. When I get to the house, the door is locked. So I had no choice but to turn around. My brother swings on me on the top. I duck and I punch up his rib cage. And it just messed him up. He dropped to the ground right away. I unlocked the door. I got out. And I went down to the side of the street. And believe it or not, even though he used to beat me when I was a kid, well into my teenage years, I felt bad punching him. And you will say to me, why? Good job. It's a good thing you hit him. I'm not saying that it didn't feel good. It also felt good because I was stopping him, letting him know that's not going to happen anymore. But I felt bad because he's still my older brother. So what happened is my mom came home from work. I told her what happened. She didn't believe me. She took his word, and I was the bad guy. So I ran away. I had a friend. He had a friend that they let me stay in their apartment. When I turned 16, I got emancipated, and I put myself through high school. Thank you very much. I didn't drop out. I went to work, did my school, did my sports, trying to get my scholarship back. I did all of that, my friend, by myself, and was never a dropout. So if you want to tell me that somebody needs therapy there, Sunset, I'm going to tell you, there were people in high school that had both mom and dad that dropped out, that gave into drugs, that gave into alcohol. Even those who had rich parents that they were driving cars to school, they dropped out. And here's a poor guy that has been neglected all his life, decided not to take revenge on his brother. I felt guilty about punching him even though he deserved it. I didn't give up on life. I didn't not just graduate, but I ended up learning a responsibility way too soon for my age, and that was how to be an adult. Unfortunately, I made a lot of mistakes as a young, stupid young man, but I was always responsible. I was always taught that it doesn't matter what consequences come my way, I'm going to face them face to face until I fix them. And that's exactly what I did all my life. So people can go ahead and make fun of or may misinterpret that story, but that story is actually something that made me stronger. Didn't kill me, it just made me stronger. And today and age, I love my brother. We still have a good relationship together. We don't see each other. He's so far away. He's in Florida. But we still love each other. I have forgave them 100%. But the stories that I tell you is not for me to remember my pain. The stories that I tell you is to teach you that it doesn't matter how bad things get in your life. You have to make a choice. Do you want to be good or do you want to be bad? And that choice, my friend, is all yours to make and nobody else. Thank you for the suggestion that I need a therapist, but I think talking to a therapist is not going to fix it. I'll just cry and, curl into a ball. Yeah, no, I don't believe on wasting money on therapy. If it helps somebody, by all means, do that. But I don't think that's going to help me. You know what helps me? This is the kind of therapy that I like. I used to starve a lot. So now when I eat and I feed somebody, it makes me feel good. That's therapy, my friend. When you give somebody something good from your heart, that's therapy, my friend. When you fix something that is broken, that's therapy. When I love somebody that doesn't deserve love, but I'm able to love them, that's therapy. When I choose to do good instead of evil, that's therapy. When I pray to God, that is therapy. That's all the therapy that I need. And besides therapy, I need good friends. Even if they're not physical friends in here, I need people like Berniel. I need people like Omar. I need people like Trinity. I need people like Brian. I need people like Ronald, Paul, Ken, Lisa, Rush Babe. People like that is what I need in my life, and that is my therapy. We all have problems. We all have difficulties. Some of us are more successful than others. Some of us are less successful than others. But that, my friend, is therapy. See, life is a therapy. The Bible is a guidance, a recipe of life so that you can learn to be happy. So that you can make choices for yourself. That's what that means. Excuse me. Yes, and I also need people like Sixto. But let's not forget Cutting Edge because of their support. Nah, I don't like to just everybody agree with me all the time. I want you to question something. I love having liberty for all. My Salvadorian American brother, because sometimes he gives me answers, and I appreciate that. So thank you, every single one of you guys out there, for your support and your love for me. I appreciate it. Kim says, Sunset, have you looked in the mirror for all the judgment you have for him? Yeah, all the judgment you got for me. You know what, Kim? You know that saying, right? By their fruits you will know them. And you know what's crazy is, I know Kim mentioned that we're supposed to love everybody. I agree 100%. But I gave you a moment of rage from Jesus when he was in the temple. He was mad, but he was not hateful mad. He was mad and angry at what they were doing in the temple of his father, right? But then you see the difference is this. people that were blind came in to be healed, and he healed them. This is exactly the fruit that I hope I'm showing you, right? Because when I tell you that I love my Latino people, I love people from China, I love all these migrants that come to this country, but the ones that come illegally, I cannot stand to defend. I just can't. Just can't do it. Will I do the best that I can for them? Of course. And what I mean by that is, I gave you guys a rule. I don't know if you guys were here for that, but I give you guys a rule. Any illegal immigrant that has come to this country after 2021 will be getting deported. 100%. Now, those who get self-deport, they will still get the treatment that they were told. You get a free ticket back to your country, and you get $1,000 once you arrive there. There's a big difference. We're going to keep track of every single person that self-deports from Washington. And when we need people to come and have jobs here, we will reach out to those people first. For those who have DACA documents on here, or a TPS, I think is what it's called, we will also help those people as well. So don't think that just, because I said everybody's going to be deported, that's it. Let's see. Liberty for All says, thank you for the super chat, Liberty. Can we all ask Dennis about politics just to see if he will be a good governor? Oh, shit. I'm telling you guys, if he achieved this, I'm willing to move to Washington. Oh, my gosh, dude. That would be amazing. All right, go ahead. I don't care what state you're in. Ask me a question. Here we go. We're campaigning now. All right, here we go. Omar says, I'm down. Thanks for the sugar love. Oh, hey, Liberty, I did buy that coffee. Thank you so much, man. It was great. I appreciate it, man. You're such a blessing. Oh, if you moved here, bro. Come on, people. I want some questions. I want this guy over here. Let's see. Indignant says, sir, you're not even American. Okay, we're not gonna answer. Let's see. Okay, Liberty for All said, I will start. Dennis, what's your view on the women's rights? I think women have every single right that men have. I don't believe in DEI. I believe on merit. So if a woman can do the job of a man, absolutely, they can do the job. If you tell me a right that a woman doesn't have, I will fight for that. What right do women not have that men have? And if you want to twist that and make it a racist thing, I'll tell you the same thing. What job can a black man not do that a white man is able to do? Thanks for the super chat again, brother. Patrick, as Trinity said, these same trolls roam other channels. They have no... Brian, that's true. They do. They go. Equal pay. Everybody has equal pay. When a position is for hire, every single employer, and this is something that I'll make sure that they do by law, every single employer has to post a starting pay for that particular job. And if women can do it, they should have that pay. Now remember, that is also included on there that sometimes you get paid on DOA, right? Dual on experience. So that's something different. If I have a woman that has been doing this particular job for 2 years, and I hire a man that's been doing it just first time they're going to do it, I think that's wrong. I need to hire that woman. And if I hire both of them because I need both employees, well, the woman will get more pay because she has more experience. But I will hope that women know that if a man has more experience, they will make more money than them. With that being said, I think Boeing has a good idea about this, okay? Boeing has a cap for certain positions. Let's say, for example, your cap it's $40 an hour. Anybody can start at 16 and 17, but at the end of the same years, their wages are leveling up to their both reach the cap at the same time. The only difference would be that the person that has no experience will have to prove themselves for those employers. But yeah, I believe in equality for that. Can a woman have the right to her body even if it's abortion? Yeah, that's a good one. So the way I feel on this, and I know some people disagree with me, and this is like the most controversial one, but you know what I believe as a religious person. I believe that all abortions are evil, and I think that as much as I want to put my religion on them, that's their choice. I'm very unfortunate, but that is their choice, and I won't support it. But what can I do? What can I do? I would not, stand in the way of people protesting, but I would probably leave it. I will leave it to a vote, and if the majority of the people say they don't want abortion, on a vote, a legal vote that can be audited, supervised, and double checked, if the majority says no abortion, there will be no abortion. I don't care whose body it is. They still have no authority over the body inside their body. So they can control their body, but they have no authority on the body that they carry inside their body. That is a whole different entity, a different person, if you will. So that's my opinion. They don't have a right to get rid of that. But I made one example before to Trinity, and she doesn't agree with me. It's that if somebody wants to claim that they were raped and they wanted to commit that murder, I will say the day after you have that bad experience, you can go into the clinic and ask them to give you a pill to abort. But after 2 weeks, you don't get that. You don't get that option anymore. But that's just me. I think I will have to leave it for the people to vote and let them decide what they want to do. So I think it's a voting thing. I can't impose my will on them. I can't judge them as if I was God. That's God's judgment. That's his job, not mine. That's how I feel about it. Let's see. Yeah, Trinity thinks that all abortions should be outlawed. And I think that if the majority believe the same, I will sign on it. Yeah, and I will sign for it if the majority win as well. But I will have to put a lot of restrictions per se, and maybe that's something that I can do, right? Put a lot of restrictions, like for example, not more than once. No more than once. And I know that's kind of giving somebody an option to go and do it at least once. There's nothing I can do about it, and I'm not going to stop them from doing that. I just don't believe in it. I don't know. That's like a sword between the sword and the wall sort of situation. Man, nobody else wants to ask questions? Man, Liberty for All is killing me here. Anybody else? Play in the shower by yourself and it won't be a... I don't even know what you guys are talking about here. Dutch says it's murder. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. Joris, the Wrath says, we hold this truth to be self-evident that all men are created equal and that before their creator they are endowed with certain inalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Just so that you know, if there was a vote to go to outlaw abortion, my vote would be to outlaw abortion. That's my vote. But I'm not the supreme leader of the people. As much as I'm going to try to make sure everybody abides by the law, that is not a law that I can make. It has to be voted on, I think. Now, I know that there's some politicians out there that actually have abolished abortion, but I will have to leave it as a vote. Okay? Abortion was meant to eradicate the black community by LBJ. I know. I don't know. That will have to be something that I don't know. I will have to talk with the people. I will have to talk with them and see what they say. What will be your plans to fix homeless? That is the biggest and most challenging task, I think. But I think it could be an easy fix. It depends. For one, uh, I think I will have to treat uh, people by their history. Number one, I think there's a lot of buildings that are not being used that could be used to house the homeless, but there's got to be rules. Like, see, for me, I believe that there should be public showers. I know people hate this idea, but there should be public showers where homeless people specifically can come in and shower. We want them to have a nice, warm, decent shower. We want to have somebody paid to clean these showers. Make sure there's no garbage anywhere. Make it clean. Sort of like the old YMCA, you know, slogan, right? You can come in here, get a warm meal, take a shower, kind of cleanse yourself, and of course you can make luxury hotel stays, but you can definitely build a lot of housing where people at least will be safe. There will be no drugs allowed. So if there is drugs involved, we will have to rehabilitate them, and for that they have to go to a special place where they rehabilitate drug addicts. Uh, Definitely, they will have to go through a program, and if they don't want to go to that program, I will have to find out what are the other options that we can do with the homeless. I feel that a lot of them are in drugs, a lot of them are in mental health issues. Um, if people want help and they want to work, we will hire the people, the social workers, the professionals that can help them get back on their feet and get back to work. I think it's a very tough situation. We don't want to just box everybody and put them away and almost imprison people. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the toughest. I think that's going to be the toughest. I think that's going to be tougher than the illegal immigrants, to be honest. So that's just what I believe. Let me see what other questions we have. Let's see. Blue Vendetta, we are giving them $20 billion loan in exchange for access to their mineral rights, lithium, cobalt, neodymium, neo, neodymium. I don't know what kind of material that is, but rare earth materials. Sure. The most challenging task, I think, could be an easy fix. Rontana, like I said, it might sound difficult right now, but you have to think about it this way. And it's not about feelings or emotions. The common sense is they're not animals, okay? They're not animals. So, I mean, what they did in DC to clean up all this homelessness, I think we might have to do that as well. So, first we'll try and see if we can fix this with some sort of program. We have to have buildings available to house these people, and they need to be vetted. Why are they homeless? We want to hear the stories. So we'll have people talk to them and vet them in to see what kind of care they actually need. Because if there is no choice and there's a mental problem or mental crisis, they are going to a mental institute. And from there, I won't see them again. We'll see if they have family that wants to visit them, but I won't see them again. Let's see. We have the fifth largest lithium deposit on Earth in California. Don't know why we are loaning money for minerals. Well, Blue, you have Gavin Newsom over there. President Trump can't do anything in that state. Let's see. Dude, if you want to be a surgeon, there are literally psychology courses required which actually go over the history of botched surgical practices in detail. I don't know what the hell that means. It's about laundering money, Blue. Yeah. Monthly, I don't know what the hell you guys talking about lithium. We're asking questions to a governor. What questions would you ask your governor? That's what we want to. Well, that's what we want to know. Who the hell started talking about lithium batteries here? Man, only Liberty has all these questions. What the hell is wrong with you people? Don't you want stuff fixed in your country? What's bothering you in your country, when your state, for your city? What do you expect from your governor, from your senator?
What problems do you need fixed? Those are the questions that we want to hear. All right, I'll let you guys see this guy for a little bit here. Liberty for All says $421 million on deficit. What's your plans to lower that? 421 million? Where's that at? All right, got one more clip for you guys to watch before we end the night. So the only thing I can tell you about any deficit, it's number one, we need to audit every single project that has been made available in government. That's number one. And then number two, we need to support tariffs for imports and exports. We want to support local businesses. I know the union is going to be tough to beat, but the union is making money while the rest of the Washingtonians are not getting the benefits that they are promising the people. So that's where I'm at with that. I think that by giving big corporations tax cuts and allow them to hire more employees, supporting the big beautiful bill, having body-able people to go to work, I think that's going to bring a lot more money from our tax revenues. And I think that the deficit will clearly, slowly, will fix itself. That's where I'm at with that. All right, you minions, we're going to go ahead. Oh, and I'm going to support tariffs, absolutely, 100%. All right, let's take a listen to this, this little brief conference that they have over here in Japan. Welcome, Dutch.
開始が遅れまして失礼いたしました。今トランプ大統領の部屋で野球を見ておりました。1対0でドジャースが勝ってます。
So to the press corps, I'm very sorry that we kept waiting. As a matter of fact, Mr. President and I myself just enjoyed watching the Major League Baseball match. Actually, Dodgers versus Blue Jays, and Dodgers is now having a 1-point lead, and we really enjoyed the match.
まずトランプ大統領の訪日を改めて歓迎申し上げます。 電話でも申し上げましたけれども、自民党総裁選挙に勝った直後にお祝いの発信をいただき、ありがとうございました。直接お会いできることを楽しみにしておりました。
So, President Trump, let me extend a very warm welcome upon your visit to Japan. As I convey to you, I thank you for your congratulations.
That's the
My party, LDP's president. Very much looking forward to seeing you in person here in Japan.
で、安倍総理に、対するもう長きにわたる友情に感謝をしております。また昨年まで歓待いただいたことにも感謝を申し上げます。
First of all, thank you for your enduring friendship with Prime Minister Abe over the years. Hospitality to Mrs. Akie.
Sorry, guys, that's the feed from them. That's not mine.
外交について話を聞いていました。タイとカンボジアの、停戦に成功し、トランプ大統領はまずアジアの平和に貢献をされました。合意の実的偉業です。
Oh my God, dude! Seriously?
During a ceasefire deal,
Japan has the worst internet connection.
To recently achieved historic achievement.
期間に世界はよりこの世界の平和と安定のトランプ大統領の揺るぎないコミットを高く評価します。私自身も強い感銘を受けました。
In such a short period of time, the world started to enjoy more peace on the ground. And in this context, I highly value your unwavering commitment towards peace and stability. And inspired by you, Mr.
りました。日本も共に、世界の平和と繁栄に貢献をしてまいります。
Now both Japan and the alliance in the world is ready to contribute towards stability.
私は日本の国益を守り抜くためにも強い日本外交を取り戻す決意、そして自由で開かれたインド太平洋の進展に向けても日米でさらに協力を進めたいと考えています。
On diplomacy, I am determined to restore dynamic Japan's diplomacy to protect Japan's own national interest. In addition, I am ready to promote further collaboration with you and with the United States toward our shared goal of achieving a free and open Indo-Pacific.
私はこれから日本の国力、つまり外交力、防衛力、経済力、技術力、情報力、人材力を強くするリーダーとして働いてまいる決意です。
So let me share with you my determination. I will continue to strive as the leader of Japan to strengthen Japan's national power, namely economic power, technology, and human resources.
これ250周年ですよね。で、共に、日本も共に盛大にお祝いをしたいと思っております。ワシントン DC に250本の桜を、寄付する。7月4日にはワシントン DC で日本の秋田県の花火が打ち上げられると聞いております。
Next year, the United States will mark the semi-quincentennial anniversary. Japan and I to have a magnificent celebration. We'll extend a gift of 250 cherry trees to Washington, D.C. In addition, I understand that fireworks from Japan, from Akita Prefecture, will be shown in Washington, D.C. on July 4th next year.
日本とアメリカを、より強く豊かにするために、日米同盟の新たな黄金時代をトランプ大統領とともに作り上げていきたいと願っております。ありがとう。
Through these efforts, together with you, Mr. President, I would like to realize a new golden age of Japan-U.S. alliance where both Japan and the United States will become stronger and also more prosperous. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you very much, and I want to congratulate you. As you know, Shinzo Abe was a great friend of mine, and I was very saddened to see what happened. It was so shocking, but he spoke so well of you, even before we knew what was going to happen and your ascension. He spoke so well of you long before we met, and I'm not surprised to see that you are now the Prime Minister, and he would be very happy to know that, and I congratulate you on behalf of the United States of America.
総理ありがとうございます。まずご着任の、に対して、祝したいと思います。晋三は私にとって非常に素晴らしい友人でありました。本当に、彼が亡くなったことはショッキングであり、悲しい出来事でありました。また、安倍晋三氏からは、かなり総理のことをよく話されておられました。ですので、お会いする前から、総理になるということを私が知る前から素晴らしい話をよく聞いております。ですので、晋三氏もかなり喜んでいらっしゃると思いますし、米側を代表して私の方からも祝したいと思います。
I know that you are increasing your military capacity very substantially, and we've received your orders for a very large amount of new military equipment, and you know that we make the best military equipment in the world, the jets, the missiles, and everything else, and hopefully we don't have to use them very much, if at all. But we appreciate that order, and we very much appreciate the trade. We're going to do tremendous trade together, I think more than ever before. We're just signing a new deal, and it's a very fair deal, and we look forward to welcoming Japan into the United States and a continuation. And it's something that everybody is very, very excited about.
でまた、日本の方も、かなり自衛隊や防衛費に関して、増加をされるということで、聞いております。このほか、米国から装備品の調達をされるということで、もちろん米国はベストな、戦闘機、ミサイル等を持っております。もちろん使いたくはないのですけれども、このような調達に関しても感謝申し上げたいと思います。貿易に関してもこれから増えていくことかと思います。また貿易協定の署名式もこれからなされる予定であります。非常に公平なこの協定になっていると思っておりますので、これからもこのような関係を継続していきながら非常にエキサイティングな時代になっていくと思います。
I have always had a great love of Japan and a great respect of Japan. And I will say that this will be a relationship that will be stronger than ever before, and I look forward to working with you. And on behalf of our country, I want to just let you know, anytime you have any question, any doubt, anything you want, any favors you need, anything I can do to help Japan, we will be there. We are an ally at the strongest level. And it's a great honor to be with you, especially so early in what will be, I think, one of the greatest prime ministers. I think you will be one of the great, everything I know from Shinzo and others, you will be one of the great prime ministers. I'd also like to congratulate you on being the first woman prime minister. That's a big deal. That's a big deal, and I want to congratulate you on that. I think that has to be called out. And you're going to do a fantastic job, and we're going to have a fantastic relationship. Thank you very much.
私は日本を愛してますし、非常に日本という国を尊敬しております。私たちの関係はこれから今まで以上に強力なものになっていくと思います。またお伝えしたいことは何らかの質問もしくは疑問、何か私たちでできることがあれば何なりと言っていただきたいと思います。日本は私たちにとって最も重要な同盟国であり、また総理にこのような早い段階でお会いできることを光栄に思っております。また、安倍晋三氏も言っておりましたけれども、非常に素晴らしい話を聞いております。ですので、高市総理はこれから目を馳せる総理になっていくと私は確信しております。また初めての女性総理ということで、これは非常にビッグディールだと私も思っておりますので、大きな期待を持っております。
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very nice, my friends. Very nice. So, I think that he's doing a great job. She's new as a prime minister. and I think that's probably why I see some awkwardness with her. But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like there is that people try to compensate too much for the pressure that they feel about the rules of society and culture, that sometimes they might overstep or they might have to strong arm their ways in. But the way that the President Donald Trump is handling that, I think he's right. And you see how he just like openly um, didn't look at her any less because she's a female prime minister. You know the great relationship that he has with Italy. You know, he's not like that. He sees an opportunity for investment, for a trade, for good relationships with other countries. That is very healthy for our country. You see, right now, what people fail to see is that these little things that Trump is doing right now. See, as a governor, I have to support him because I want a piece of that pie. Here in Seattle, we have a port, very huge port, and we should take advantage of that. We have another port down south. We have to take advantage of that. Any deals that he's able to make in the Pacific, Seattle, Oregon, LA, we are set to be able to grab some of these deals that he's making with these international countries on the Pacific Ocean. I think it's great. The Pacific Ocean has Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, Japan, China, right? The Philippines. We have, Hawaii is is part of us, but then we have the Polynesian Islands, and we have, then Australia's on this side as well. So I think it's very important for him to make these deals, and that's going to bring money into the States, and I want a piece of that. Because you have to understand something. If we can make more money, look at it this way. If we can make money off of tariffs, see, the problem with tariffs is that they're not new. We have been getting abused by other countries because of tariffs. So what we're trying to do is stop the bleeding, the hemorrhaging of billions of dollars, and we wanted to start seeing billions of dollars pouring in. So we're doing these kind of deals with Argentina. We will sign a deal with Venezuela, mark my words. We will sign a deal with Venezuela. We're signing deals with a lot of countries that you have no idea what the hell is going on. You have no idea. He's a very smart man. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to say I'm a bad starter. I'm a very good starter, but I'm a better finisher. It's like that commercial from an old company. You guys remember this? At this company, we don't make a lot of the products that you buy. We make a lot of the products you buy better. That's me. That's me. And that's exactly what I would do. So I already see what he's doing. Right now he already did the hardest thing. Okay, the hardest thing, now I'm talking about tariffs. The hardest thing was to bring a lot of people to the table. Canada is going to suffer because they don't have our military strength. They don't have our protection. Well, they still have it, but you know what I mean. They don't have the power that it takes to defend themselves. So as much as they don't want to admit it, let me put this down here. Sorry about that. As much as they don't want to admit it, Canada is safe because of us. But check this out. We made a deal with Ukraine. On what? What was the deal that we made with Ukraine? Several documents. I see you, man. How are you, man? Let's see. Iram Sanchez, welcome. Welcome everybody that just came in here. Sid, get out of my. Who's May? Who's May? I don't know who's May. Okay, somebody leave May's country alone. But we're all going to stay here for the rest of us patriots. So he's made a deal with Ukraine about this rare earth minerals from Ukraine. Now he's going to do the same deal with Venezuela pretty soon. He's making the same deals with Argentina. Oh my goodness. That is money. Money. Now with Japan. Who else is he going to be making these deals with? That is going to be billions, if not trillions of dollars in investments coming back to the United States of America. Now, let me tell you what Trump has in mind. Trump has in mind, just to see, okay, that's an old one. Okay. Picture this. We have a 19 point something trillion dollars in investments for the next 5 to 10 years. We already got hundreds of billions of dollars right now coming into the United States of America. Now, the Democratic government is going to tell you that this is a bad thing, right? Because tariffs is making everything expensive in Washington State and Oregon, all throughout the whole United States of America. Tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. That's because that's what the Democrats keep telling the people. But what they don't know what tariffs are for. See, tariffs are supposed to take care of our government so that we don't have to pay federal taxes. Some jackass from the Democratic Party thought it was a great idea to start taxing the people. And they saw a lot of money coming in. And we became very wealthy. It's a good idea. We want taxes. But before 1913, there was no taxes on the people. The government was solely ran by imports, by a surcharge called tariffs. Some of you guys like to call them taxes, whatever. The point is this. With the last couple of decades, and I love talking about tariffs because I know I've seen so much of these. But the last couple of decades, China has become very wealthy because of tariffs on us, the United States of America, which is 1/3 of the market of selling goods or buying goods. We are a great market. We buy a bunch of shit from China, a bunch. And China loves it. They know this. So China has been made rich by the world, of course, but mainly by the United States of America. In the meantime, we are hemorrhaging hundreds of billions of dollars to China, and nothing is coming back in. We have morons like Joe Biden, or the digital pen in this case, and probably those puppeteers that kept moving Biden around so that people think that he was alive. We cannot Bernie's, they say. And they give $196 billion with no conditions to Ukraine. No conditions. Trump said, well, no, we're not going to pay that shit. We're not going to play that game. You're going to pay us back. We want those rare earth minerals to be ours. We want a deal. Give us some of that, right? So here we go. So now, instead of just giving this money for free, we're going to get some money back. So the first thing to fix this country, it's like in surgery. The first thing you got to do is stop the bleeding. President Donald Trump came in and the patient is yelling and screaming, oh my God, it hurts. But the wound has been healed. Well, it hasn't been healed. It has been closed up. Now we can start working on some antibiotics, trying to make sure it doesn't get infected. You know, we got to take care of it little by little. We got to bring in some of that healing in. And now we see throughout the world, this guy is not only making peace deals. There's a tactic for this. Now the Democrats and some of the socialist people that come into our lives, they think, yeah, right, he's just helping that country because he wants that oil. Well, of course. Yes. Now you get it. Yes. Absolutely. We want that oil. We want that rare earth minerals. Absolutely. 100%. So awesome. Man, if you were inside my head right now and you see what I'm seeing, you'll be like, what? Man, it's going to be good. 2026, baby. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in 2026. Let me tell you that right now. I'm excited. I'm so excited, and we should say this. You guys probably don't know this. You probably know. I talked about it before, but not as much as I should probably. And the reason why I don't is because it's not something concrete. But President Donald Trump wants to be able to send you and I a refund for our taxes. You remember those little checks that they gave us? What was it called, babe? What was the stimulus checks? The coronavirus stimulus checks. Oh, everybody was excited. Free money, free money. While we're still being, our freedoms have been taken away 100%. Take the jab, you anti-vaxxers, you demons. But here we are, making deals. Of course we want the oil. Of course we want the rare earth minerals. Of course we want America first. Why you give Argentina $40 billion? Of course we need to give Argentina $40 billion. Because we need to make more and more money. That's exactly why. So imagine this. If we get our local government in order, in check, if we get a local government in check and they start doing what they're supposed to be doing, you and I will probably never have to pay federal taxes again. Probably never. If we continue on the path that we are on today. You're crazy. Nah, that's never going to happen. No. It can happen. Biggest issues that we have that are destroying our economy, you guys already know me. Illegal immigration. We already stopped. We closed the border. We put a Band-Aid on it. Now we got to use the antibacterial here. We got to start getting rid of illegal immigrants that came massive caravans into the United States for the last 3 to 4 years. That has to go, period. And that is what antibacterial is doing. What is the other? There's not antibacterial. What's the other one that I'm looking for? Antibiotics, sorry. Antibiotics for the infection to heal. Now, again, some of you guys were probably here. Maybe some of you were not here. Those who have DACA or TPS documents that have been in this country for a long time, they will be fine if they get approved to stay here after an audit, credit check, and a background check of their country of origin. And if everything comes out pretty, then they're going to receive a fine and they will become American residents. Not American, green card holder, alien residents. And then they will be put to a time of at least 3 to 5 years. And if they stay out of trouble and they seem to be, responsible, paying taxes, doing everything they're supposed to, then when they apply for a citizenship, absolutely, they will definitely be qualified. And we will love to have them raising children in this country that will love this country as much as their parents do. See, there's a big difference. If the parents that are going to be future parents of their children, they love this country, those children will also love this country. But if the future children of those illegal parents that don't love this country, that just want to come and mooch off of it, even though you think that you're earning it because you're working for the money that you're working, you are not respecting the law, you're committing fraud by working illegally, you're probably using somebody else's identification to work, you, my friend, are not welcome in this country. And that is that. It's that simple. It's going to be tough, but it's that simple. I don't know. Maybe we can work out something out for the homeless. Maybe we can find a place somewhere in the United States where we can just put all the homeless in one small island. I'm just kidding. That's horrible. That's a bad joke. I apologize about that. But we have to do something. Okay? I think that we have to get rid of a lot of illegal immigrants. Who knows? Maybe we can find them homes in smaller states, but they still need to pass a criminal background, credit report, etc. If they have used documents from somebody else, I'm sorry, but that's fraud. You don't get to stay here. Liberty says, another super chat. Thank you, sir. I can give you a literature, but IRS is good because we can tell the government what to do. But let's say if we became IRS, you mean? We won't, and that's what's China as we speak. So, which one do you want? What do you mean? Hold on, let me try to understand this question. IRS is good because we can tell the government what to do. But let's say if we became, what's ERS? Because we can tell the government what to do, but let's say we become IRS, we won't, and that's what China has as we speak. I don't get the question, Liberty. Can you rephrase that? Maybe as a mistype. I don't understand it. I'm going to use some translators if I'm in office. I'll have somebody read for me. It's going to be a lot easier. Trinity, do you see what he put, what Liberty for All put in there? Can you try to make sense of that? Just put it in different words, my friend, or en español if you can. I see. So internal revenue, we can tell the government, but external revenue, that's what China has as we speak. So, I will have to think about it. Yeah, I will have to think about it. Because right off the top of my head, I'm not really sure what that means. I need a scenario, you know what I mean? External revenue services that Trump wanted to start. I have to look into it. I don't know about external revenue services, to be honest. So I can't speak on that. But I will try to do a research on it. And then we'll see what that's about. Does anybody have some sort of quick review on what it is? Let me see if I can look up some information here for you guys. Let me take a look and see what that is. I just never looked at that part. I never even heard of that. Here, hold on. External Revenue Service Trump. Okay, let me see what they say. Thanks for the super chat, brother. It all started on 1862 EIS, external taxes. Okay, okay. I kind of figured that you're talking about the tariffs. That's what you're talking about, but I don't know how the program is going to work on that. Internal, that means us. Yeah. Well, for the government, I'd rather be external, not internal. If that's what let me read this real quick. The purpose is the ERS is intended to collect tariffs, duties, and other foreign source revenue. Okay. In his inaugural address, Trump stated that the agency will help tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens. Okay. Instead of relying on the Internal Revenue Services to tax citizens. Okay. Well, that sounds even better than what I thought. Let's see, the controversy, the proposal is contentious because the United States Customs and Border Protection, CBP, already collects tariffs. Okay. Critics, including Senator Ron Wyden, Democrat of Oregon, have called the ERS a silly rebranding that masks a potential tax hike on American families, as tariffs typically increase costs for domestic consumers. That's only if they are importing, okay? Only if they are importing. The creation of a new agency has also been criticized as adding bureaucracy, potentially conflicting with Trump's stated goal of reducing it. Well, I mean, I will assume that what we have in place right now will continue to be used. I don't see why anything else has to be added except for audits to make sure that it's being counted correctly. You know, you have to audit the auditors. Let me see what else it says. That sauce is basically collecting taxes outside of the country. Yeah, that's fine. That's what tariffs are. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So everybody knows it's external tax. Some of us work our whole lives. Rush Best Charles. I live in Michigan and work for. Let's see. Okay. Thank you, Liberty. China has ERS. That's why they don't have voice. IRS, that's us. It gives us voice and challenge government on how to use our money. Well, if the local government does their job, then we'd be really relying on tariffs for the whole United States of America, meaning that you wouldn't pay federal taxes. So federal taxes will be gone. You will not have to pay that again, ever. And that's what I see with the tariffs. The government can make the money off tariffs, but if the government, I will find a problem on this if the government is still thinking global economy, which is not what President Trump wants. He wants national economy. So he wants to have people, wants to, twist an arm, so to speak, or strong arm companies to be here in the United States of America so that they can bring more money to the local national economy. But that's not going to work if we still have governors and people that are in there blocking these tariffs or blocking these deals that the president is making or not supporting at all to let it happen. I think that when you have a chief of commander of the whole country, you have a chance to learn from the best. Obama wasn't it. Biden was just a pen like this, but digital. I think President Trump is the first man. I know all the bad stuff in his life. I get it, but he is the first man that might just bring it back. Let's remember that he's the only one that has been able to do the things that he has said that he was going to do. And it doesn't matter how much they block our president. He's still getting things done. You notice how these Democrats shutting down the government hasn't stopped them at all. He's still doing business. He's still working for free. He's still making deals. He's just signed with Japan. Everybody saw it. Everybody sees it. So, what else can we tell Democrats? Like, guys, we're seeing it. Here it is. There's proof right there. There it is. Can you imagine? Our economy was fine before 21 million illegal immigrants came into this country. Our economy was just fine. The problem of having no workers, that's something different. You know what I mean? Man, that is very delayed. So does that satisfy your question, Liberty? I still believe it can be a good thing. But we got to have local government to do their job. I believe that. Yeah. Yeah, the guy's working with no salary from us. And yet he does more than any of us combined. That is crazy. In Tennessee, the owners would do decades for their dogs killing someone and for fighting dogs. Nothing good comes from that. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Dogs over there? I know if a dog bites a person, they got to be put to sleep. Now, I'm talking about if you're at the park walking and all of a sudden they went and bit somebody. Yeah, they get to be put to sleep. John says, piss me off you did. Sorry, young Padawan, but you had to be taught a lesson.
Taught a lesson, you must be. Yeah, where those IRS supposed to put that money? Fort Knox, what a joke. Man, honestly, dude, I don't trust that gold thing. Fort Knox. I don't trust that at all. I just think that I am 100% with local businesses here in the country, manufacturers here in the country. I want us, I know this is going to sound bad, I want us to have the world beg us to have our products, not the other way around. Simple as that. And I know that China is not going to be able to compete. They're not going to be able to compete. And we can still buy Chinese stuff, that's okay. But we need to stop losing money to China. That's the key right there. We need to stop losing money to China. Anybody agree with that? Let me see. Liberty says, let me put it this way. When the government doesn't depend on his citizens, government can do what they want. Learn you must. I love it. Well, that's the difference. This is why we're not a democracy. We are a constitutional republic. The government tries to do that shit, they become tyrants. And they become tyrants, and they don't want to listen to the people anymore. Remember, we still get to vote. If they don't want to listen to the people anymore, well, then we can do something about it. So I wouldn't even worry too much about that. I don't think the government, right now, we're paying the government. We can't tell them what to do. They shut down the government, and we're paying. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. If the government is bad, it's going to be bad no matter what. You can get on your knees and beg and pay all these taxes, and they still don't give a crap about you. Or me, obviously. They don't care about us. So don't worry about that happening. What we need to worry about right now is our local government. See, our problem is not the president. Our problem is our local government. And that's where I need to go and fight. Right? That's what we need to fight. Yeah, absolutely, Dodge. Boycott Walmart, all those Chinese products. No, JC. No, Walmart still has American employees. We still need to buy those. If that's the best deal that you got, go buy it. Go buy it. Remember, Walmart still pays taxes. Every employee that works there is paying taxes to our community. Don't ruin it, okay? But we do need to bring more business here to the States. I mean, for Pete's sakes, we have a lot of Filipinos in here. They can make a lot of clothes. Let's see. What else we got here? Man, that's some good comments, Liberty. You kind of threw me off with the ERS because I haven't really looked into it, but from what I read on the description, we're still on the right path. I still support tariffs 100%. I didn't think about the regulation of those tariffs because we already have something in place for it. That's why. What the hell happened? Let's see. What do we got? What I miss? All right, guys. Well, hey, we're down to 100. I think it's time to call it. I got to get up early, man, and do this thing again at 7 a.m. Well, 7:30, because, I don't know. I think the kids are starting to get older. It's okay for them to wait for the bus, but I still want to keep an eye on them. We can continue this thing in the morning if you guys want to jump back in, or tomorrow afternoon again. That's no problem. Man, great job, guys. Thank you, Klaus. I see you, man. I appreciate you. Klaus, yeah, bro, at this point, I don't know, man. I heard they were going to go into Fort Knox to audit and check, and then I heard that it didn't check, and then they checked, and everything is fine, and it's not fine, and we don't know, bro. We don't know. All I know is that every deal that President Donald Trump is making right now, he's just planting seeds, just planting everywhere, and this is fertile ground.
you're going to start reaping those benefits very soon, my friend. I want to say within a year or two, we're going to start seeing some huge things coming our way. I see a lot of wealth coming into our country. And at the same time, I see a lot of dark times coming against us as well. So we cannot let our guard down. We need to continue supporting President Trump. I'm telling you, I go to these guys' websites, to their social medias, and I want to understand them. I truly want to understand why they think the way that they think. But they're just so brainwashed. There is no way that we can, that we can help them. I mean, they already made up their mind. Let me see if I can get to the right place here, and I'm going to show you one guy. Oh, there you go. Did you guys check out this guy? This guy's pretty awesome. I hope you guys like him. Check this guy out. Let me see if some of you guys already know what this is. But we're gonna have no sound for this, okay? No sound. All right, I think it's the one in the middle here. No, this one. Check this guy out. Bro, what the heck? Are you not on? What the heck? Oh, man, come on. Don't do this to me. Here you go. Here you go. This is just to give you something to end the night. I know some of you guys already seen this. But there is this guy. He has been inspired by the POTUS and decided to go out and hit some balls. Here you go, guys. Enjoy. Look at this guy. He thinks he can golf. I don't know what the hell he's thinking about. Bam! One more time. Fix that form, buddy. That swing sucks. This guy's probably been the worst golfer I've ever seen in my life. Look at this loser. Bam! Oh, man. How many of you guys watched that short video today? All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for today. Manuel came in too late. He's going to profit from the like Argentina deal. Absolutely. We're going to make some money. We're going to be very, very wealthy country again. And I hope, man, I wish that we were getting some of those checks before Christmas. That would be a great surprise. But this whole Democrats shutting down the government, these jackasses have been destroying this country, trying to go after President Donald Trump. They just don't get it. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. All right. And with that being said, what the heck? Huh. Any other questions, my peeps? Anybody else has questions? Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Nobody? That's it? All right. Hey, you guys have a wonderful night. Rush, thank you for being with us. The sauce, I see you, baby. Brian, Omar's probably gone. Sixto, buenas noches, my brother. Liberty for all. Gracias, muchas gracias. Thank you so much for that love, bro. You help out a lot, big time. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you that. And Berniel, of course, he's already snoring or in somebody else's live. But we appreciate every single one of you patriots. You guys are amazing. Let's continue to dialogue. I think that we make a little bit more sense every time that we talk. Thank you guys for the corrections. Man, some tough questions to follow up. It's not going to be easy to make. Love you, sis. It's not going to be easy to make hard decisions in office, but the decisions have to be made, and I think at the end of the day, we'll do what's right for the people. All right, guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. You guys, we'll see you tomorrow.